Okay. Samil.
11.
Okay.
A nice beastly 11.
Domdor.
13.
Yeah, does anyone in chat want to join us? You have a paladin, or sorry, a cleric, mage. 2 mages actually. You can pick an elf or a human.
Elf or a human, that's right.
Yeah,
if there was a streamer in chat, I would almost invite them.
Yeah.
Just that basis. Let's see. You're happy to know that Istaval rolled real well.
Excellent.
Okay, and then we've got Soliel and Fing. They want to try to roll for. Music is a fine level. Okay, cool.
I'll roll for Salil again. I can do
Alright.
that. So let's see. I don't know what his initiative is though. We'll just do standard, I guess, because there's no way it's a +5. I think this is pretty much standard, so that makes it easy. Boop.
So Lil's +2, right?
Well, he got a 7 then.
Except the dragon into the party. I mean,
Hey, we had one, but everyone wanted to get rid of him for some reason.
what? No, I love the. What was
Stampy. His name was Stampy.
No, yeah, Stampy.
Stampy.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. What was Cade? So what was everyone?
Salil rolled a 7.
Okay.
We'll manage. Yeah, says the guy who's not under a dragon's like little tentacles.
What'd you expect, but dragon?
It's not a dragon. It just looks like a horrifying, spider dragon.
Centipede
It's fine.
dragon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's fine.
Look, with our 2 stalwart warriors here, we will prevail.
Exactly. He says, with our 2 stellar warriors like under the rubble, like it'll be just fine.
Hey, my bow is drawn.
Okay,
Sir.
Fing.
You're first to act.
Do we have a? Did someone roll
Yeah.
for Fing?
Oh, all right.
yeah.
Yeah, I did.
No, Domnor
six.
did. Domnor. You got a 6. You got a 6. So you're putting the turn order in, right, Arv?
Yes, I am.
Thank you.
Not
because I want to see myself at the top, but just I'm saying.
Group. Yeah, who has a roll 20 account who doesn't suck? Doesn't have a sucky personality.
Okay. Cade, what is your dexterity?
It is 20.
Okay. Good God,
I am
really?
a dexterous mofo. Yes, I'm a dexterous mofo.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
a lot.
So you,
Wow.
yes,
Yeah.
that is definitely a lot. That is definitely more than Istanbul. So Cade, you're.
yeah, boy.
Oh, actually, wait. How about I actually roll for the creature? That would be lovely.
No, he can go last.
He's fat. It takes him 2 rounds
Yeah.
to roll initiative.
2
It's a
rounds.
-3 for fat.
Yo, mama. I'm so
Okay.
fat.
All right.
Takes 2 rounds.
Okay. Cade, you are up first.
All
One
right.
initiative per foot.
Yep.
This is welcome in Brain Scatter, and this is roll 20.
And I will loose an arrow at the beast because I imagine it's coming for big old Samil here, so I will fire.
All right, I'm gonna step out of the way so you don't nail me right up the anus.
Please give me some. Yeah, good. Still, hey, keep yourself in the door.
Oh, I'm
Before
there.
a critical
Main target.
miss.
All right, good.
I'm there.
Ricochets off the creature and hits him in the
I
eye.
just want to see you go away and leave Kate there. just
Crawler, yeah.
You've elected to hit damage before even hitting.
Yeah, I know.
You're like, I know I'm going to hit. Wham.
I rolled a 10.
That is a miss.
Poo.
That does
Okay.
not hit. It roars at you, though. You've gotten its attention. And since it goes next, you seem to have gotten its attention to a great degree. So it looks at you.
I will take my second action then to disengage. My cunning action to disengage the creature.
Yes.
And I'm doing that by hiding behind Samil.
Okay.
Where is Istanbul,
we go.
man?
Okay. And so the creature looks at you, and you see sort of electrical sparks starting to move up and down its
This
body.
is not getting better.
And it then goes, and lightning breathes out of its mouth towards you.
Oh, that was
And it,
Really?
and it
so
affects
happy I'm not
literally.
in the room. I'm happy I left.
I got this, guys. Don't worry about it. I got this.
All right.
First of all, was in front here, so it's going to. So basically, there's 3 people that are going to have to make rolls.
Okay.
And that is going to be Samil, Cade, and Istaval will all have to make saving throws, dexterity saving throws for me, please.
Oh, that's not good.
Okay.
I will say though, Dom, most warriors wear metal armor. I don't have armor on, so I mean maybe the electricity will be like subdued.
I assued your pecs were
You mean,
like
you mean
metal,
your
though.
pecs
As
like
conducted. I assumed that the oiled sweat would conduct it just as much.
Oh my god, that's horrible. I rolled a 14.
It's
Now,
charging
I'll take half damage regardless, even if I fail to save because of my evasion.
Okay.
If I make the
14.
save, I take zip. So either way, I should be okay.
All
All
right.
right. Tension and go.
Let's see. What did you? I'm sorry, Smil. What were you?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
19.
Nice.
Okay.
Can't touch this, baby.
And,
Come on now.
So let's see. And then the last
Come on,
one
Istival,
was
you can dodge it too.
Istival.
What?
As I desperately
maybe-
try to find Istival's statistics, which I can't.
I
seem to
go all
find.
Neo in the Matrix on it and cartwheel out of the way.
Maybe we should have gotten that electric spear.
It's in my hand right now. Maybe it'll ground me.
Why'd you?
Oh, actually, I'm not holding it. I have a bow and arrow, so that's not true.
Okay, there we go.
And besides,
Um,
lightning against a lightning using creature probably isn't going to do a lot against that. So
a lightning rod.
yeah,
give me one
a
second.
die being thrown at it. Nice knight, very nice.
I'm sure someone here has Bubble Beam. I was waiting for
I was
that.
like,
I was
what?
waiting.
That like it went into my ear, and then I was like, "Wait a minute!" I was like, "Oh." Yeah.
And then it's
I'm
like,
so happy someone got it. I'll leave it out.
and then it's like,
Yeah,
any
dude.
time now, Dom.
Gotcha,
Okay.
dude.
The lightning strikes. For those of you who made saves, you're able to dodge out of the way to a degree. And let's see how much damage it does. It's a pretty good bolt of lightning. I just want to be clear about that.
To a degree.
There is
Oh,
a
man.
fair amount of lightning that's going on there.
No, you're saving for half, bud. I need to know if I actually made the save, Arv, when you have a chance.
Yes, I should say that Samil and Cade both made the saves.
Yes. Unscathed.
And yes, so both of you, well, not unscathed. Both of you, because of the save, end up taking half damage from the attack. So both of you take 12 damage.
Right. The only problem is my uncanny dodge. If I make the save, I take no damage.
Oh, all right. Well, then you
Yeah.
take no damage.
Yep.
However, Samil, your pecs do not uncanny dodge. So you take 12 damage.
This game sucks.
Istival takes a.
Everyone dodges. Neil's just like.
I can take it. Istival takes all of it. It rattles through his armor. He's like, ah. But
That's
he
not
seems to
good.
be all right. I mean, he's not
Okay.
he doesn't like that it
Yeah.
happened, but.
Right.
And then the creature uncoils itself, and you see it start to pick itself up and move onto the walls and grasp the walls
Oh,
as it starts
come
to pull up on the
on.
wall.
That's cute.
Hey, at least it's not flying, thank goodness. I guess I shouldn't complain there, yeah. Dear God, you say yes. Oh,
God, you say
jeez.
yes. Yeah.
So how high off the ground, just out of curiosity, Arvin, this will make a difference. How high off the ground is he? It's
It's only because it just started. It's only maybe about probably about 15 feet. But it does move pretty fast. I mean, 10 feet, I should say.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But
Yeah,
it moves
still.
pretty fast for a creature of that bulk. I mean, it's because it's
Uh-huh.
big. I mean, you would guess that this thing is, I don't know. It's probably like, I mean, it's as tall. I mean, you guys can see that size there is probably right. It's probably a good 10 feet long.
I was about to say 10, 15-ish, because
Yeah.
we're not that big
Yep.
compared to
So-
it.
So his head is the size of me. All right, got it.
pretty much.
Details. Details. Don't worry about it.
Okay, now Istival
take it.
goes next, and despite Istival's concern, sort of being hit by it, he sort of looks forward, and you're amazed that, and you in particular notice this, Samil, as a warrior, and Domdor, you notice it too, I should say. I'm sorry, Samil and Domdor both. When he sort of sturges forward, you guys have both fought with injuries before, if I can use a football metaphor. I mean, you fought through injuries, and it's not easy. But he's got the brace on his leg, he's got the whole thing. But as he moves forward, you can tell that he sort of falls into this practiced mode. He's got balance. He's wearing heavy armor. He's using this sword, this great sword. But it seems to be doing it like and handling it in stride, if you know what I mean. Like he's done this before. And even though he's just taken a pretty serious blow, it doesn't seem to really bother him. And so he sort of leaps forward and uses and swings his sword downward upon the creature.
What is his weapon, by the way?
He has a great sword.
Ooh, big old sword. That'll
Yes.
hit. That'll reach it.
Yes.
You twin it, baby.
Yep.
And let's see, and it does actually reach it. And then as he does that, he shouts a prayer at the same time. So
Smite
he,
it. Smite it good.
he screams out to his god, and his sword glows with this sun-like radiance that pours into the body of the creature, and it roars in pain as he does even more damage than you
So
might
guys,
expect.
this is when we shut the door. Let Istival in there. He's doing just fine.
Arv, can you move him up there to when he's engaged the beast?
Yes, give me 1 second.
Sure. Well, come on, so you got to back him up now. You know, fellow warriors and all that stuff.
Dude, I got 11 for an initiative, man. I'm waiting my turn here patiently.
Waiting patiently. Waiting.
The great sword should be helpful here, though.
Yes. You guys soften it up.
Okay.
I'll come and finish it. No problem. It's all good.
So let's see. That's let's see. I have to pull a calculator to determine this. This creature has a fair amount of hit points.
Oh gosh.
But he also just had a lot of damage done to him.
What's about to be more?
So his body, so the creature's body sort of, glows where it was struck by the might of Istabal's sword. And you are rather impressed by him. Incidentally, I suppose this goes without saying, but he is completely, looks completely unafraid at all. Like, he's just like, whatever, you hit me with I don't care, I've done this before. So you are impressed with his movement and his grace. What just happened in my window?
Yeah, it dropped. You got chat feed, but your pick dropped.
Hold on a second.
What the schwanz?
Man.
No, sorry. I got it. My bad.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Yep, sorry about that. Okay, so, yes, so you end up, so he ends up hitting him, and there we go. We move on to Domdor. Oh, and, sorry, Istabal, after having engaged him, stands right there. So he is about here as the creature is up on the wall, growling at him. And the creature, again, is gripped into the side of the wall with its head, like, lolling back at him.
All right, so can I move in and swing as well? Am I in range, like, height-wise? Because I am a dwarf.
Yes.
You're short, yeah.
Yes. That is going to be a concern, but you think you can, like, if he goes any higher, but you can strike him this turn, you think. You're going to have to do one of those, like, like,
Yeah. I'll go in and reach.
You could do a fastball special.
Dwarf jump,
man.
Can Samil do a fastball special with you? Just like
17?
Right. 17 will hit. 17 will hit.
Alrighty. Nice.
Get that double strike in there, baby.
Oh, 17 damage.
Whoa!
Oh.
Well,
That's
pow.
swing 1.
Homeboy's
Swing
got
one.
ups.
That was swing 1.
Swing
Yeah,
2.
dude.
Come on.
Oh, you're looking for another one there.
12.
Wait, did you
12
versus AC?
Yeah,
12
12
versus
versus AC, right.
Oh, second swing. I'm sorry. I thought you meant like damage was more damage. I was like, that is a miss. So you just do the 17 damage, but you're like, it's like, Arr! By which I mean it goes, Rrr! That's actually more what it does. Okay, now are you are up on top of it, I see. So you're going to stay right there. Okay, that leads us to Samil. You are watching your friends fight this weird, strange, lizard-like, dragonish thing.
Part of me wants to try to jump up and grab it and try to, like, bear hug it to, like, get it off the wall. You know?
Which part of you wants to do that?
It's
I want to know.
All of it.
I mean, listen,
Like,
you know,
like a crocodile wrangler. He wants
Yeah,
to.
that's
Right.
exactly it. Thank
Sure,
you.
sure.
Yes. Man, I think I want to
leave
try
it to
do
an
that.
Australian to invoke the message of Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, I'm gonna
grapple this thing.
How do I do
So, in all truth, though, it's going to be very difficult to do that because it's all flattened against the wall. Like, so what you could do is, if you try to do that, because remember, there's also electricity arcing over its body. So, you know, I'm just saying, you're going to try to grab up. It's quite possible you'll be repulsed by its
Don't tase me, bro.
energy.
His
My
pecs will
constitution
absorb it.
says otherwise.
What's up,
That's
Cage?
right.
Your constitution says
Right.
otherwise. Well, you
I'll
can
just-
try to get purchase if you like. It's going to be difficult, though, to reach up and grab it. The creature is too big, really, to do something like that, especially up on the wall. If you could strike it off the wall, you could maybe, like, alligator wrestle it. So, crocodile
Oh,
wrestle it
the
style.
fun's over by that point, though. The fun is
Yeah.
trying to ride it up the wall. All right.
That, I don't... Yeah, it doesn't look like you could really do that very easily from the position that it's in.
Still, you shouldn't stop him, to be quite honest, because I'd kind of like to see this happen.
No, I mean,
Try to
trust
happen.
me,
Yep.
trust me, I'd like to see... I'm not going to prevent him from doing it. It's just going to be very difficult. I'm just letting you know.
It
It's
sounds,
very
it
hard.
sounds very irresponsible from Arv's tone, so I'm just
No,
gonna
no,
go ahead and-
it's not. No, it's not that. It's just that I'm trying to convey it's going to be very hard to do, but it's not impossible. It could be done.
You're responsible for my tone. You're going to do what?
Exactly, Battle Move. Grab the electric eel centipede dragon. What could go wrong?
Dude, I want to grab it and then like with a dagger or something like stab it on the way up or something like that.
Mhm.
I mean, I have a great sword. Let's just go ahead and use the great sword. It's fine.
There you go.
All right, so I'm going to do my first
Fillet
swing.
it good.
Let me see.
You might kill it before you even get another round to attack in, for crying out loud.
I might even just knock it off the wall with this, so it's better.
There you go. Yeah.
True.
All
Aussie
right,
Dragons
great
fighting
sword
rules.
to hit.
What's up, Edgy?
Oh gosh, I forgot this thing works. Okay, here we go.
There you go.
Crit.
Yep.
That's a crit.
the nuts.
I thought you guys
You just
liked
crit.
Yeah.
I gotta start. I gotta start doing. I
right.
gotta start
Maybe
doing.
18 to 20 is a crit first.
18 to 20.
I gotta start doing more of that.
So
oh
good.
yeah, it's a critical hit. You'll hear it in a minute.
Superior critical.
Superior critical hit. Okay. All right. So all right, that hits. What is the damage? The maximum damage on that? Is it actually crit? You crit on a 19 or 20?
I think
18, 19, 20.
Oh my
yeah.
god. All right. Yep.
Yep.
So maximum damage is 1d12 plus 5, so 17.
Okay.
Ka-chunk.
Let me back you guys up to when he's like, "Oh, guys, I don't know. Can we just reason with it? Because it's gonna be so hard for us."
I'm still all right with that. I can nurse him. Nurse him back to health.
I can nurse him back to health. So you definitely take
I
a
didn't know
big
you
chunk
gave
out of
milk
his
to me. Well,
side.
that's interesting.
The big chunk out of his side. The good news is, what's up, Durbin? The good news is that the electricity does not arc up the sword and into your arm or something like that. But you see sort of a black Icarus-like blood, sort of ichor-like blood, sort of bubbling out of a wound that you've cut into his side. He does not let go of his grip on the wall, however.
Oh yeah, we'll find out about that. All right.
Emil, do
swing
me a
to-
favor, move yourself up there to him, because it's going to
Oh,
impact where I meet for my second shot.
right up here.
Thank you. There you go. Yarr, excellent.
Swing to you.
What's up, Reaver Wolf? This is roll 20. Eric,
22.
you're killing my dragon.
22?
Yeah, is that... You didn't crit on that, though, right? That's just
No,
a hit.
no, no.
That is a hit.
Hey, we are 8th level. I mean, come on.
That's right. You guys forget.
Oh, no.
8.
Particular damage.
Thank you very much for the follow, Reaver Wolf. Welcome to the Argonauts.
When did you edit though?
Okay.
No, I just
He's starting to look kind of messed up, but he's still holding on to the wall. But you definitely did some serious damage on him. You guys have done some good work this turn.
All right, that's it for my turn.
Yeah, good
Okay.
God.
All right, so now we come up to Soliel, and here we have to decide. Yeah, I know, right, Dragon? Not that kind of Icarus. What's up, Rogan? Now we have to decide how we want to handle Fing and Genie and Soliel. Because I don't think it's logical for us to run 3 characters all at once, but I don't know if if we want to run one of them or how you guys want to handle that part of it. Because you do have Istival with you, which gives you the 4th, obviously.
Right.
And I'm already
I'd
running
just say
Istival.
thing. I'd just say thing.
Okay. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Are you able to run Fing Sod while I'm running Istival?
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Okay. So let's do
You
that.
pretty much just wait in there and, like, kind of clonk the thing, I'll bet.
Yep.
Let me just grab his sheets. But I think he's gonna just run in and Sacred
Yeah.
Flame.
Okay.
Because he can't really. There's already too many people there.
Yep.
And I've just got to remember his thing. It's Dex roll, if I remember correctly.
Kind of digging this battle
Is
music.
this the music you listen to when you're like driving in the car? Or
When I'm getting ready for a class, getting ready for a conference for a panel, like a panel
Yeah,
with
so
John at
he's got
Gen
to
Con.
roll a DC.
Teach you dialogue. Teach you dialogue. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
It has to roll a DC 17 versus Dex.
Okay. That is it does not make it.
All right, so he does 2d8 damage, 2d8 radiant damage.
Wow. It's like, jeez.
Oh, nice, Reaver.
Hmm.
Thank you,
11 radiant damage.
11 radiant. All right. You see again the flame sort of licking off the sides of it, and it looks. I think I've already expressed how enraged the creature is. I think that's fair to say. All right, and then Fing, that was done. That was Sacred Flame. Fing is standing there. I assume he's going to stay there, and that brings us
Yep.
back up to you, Cade.
All
So
right.
he's looking pretty messed up.
Yep, I'm hoping to
Where
mess
the
him up further.
what are our mages doing?
We're just playing one of the characters.
just playing-
Yeah,
just playing.
seems we have enough, to be quite honest. So I will loosen.
Man.
Oh, again. Thankfully, he's still on the wall. That's better. All right, that would be 24.
As you can see, by the way, as you're looking at it, there are these twin horns that sprout and curve back from its skull.
All right. Sneak attack. Wait a minute, where the hell's my...
I'm gonna chop those off and strap them to my helmet.
Sword. Oh, it's the same thing. Doesn't matter. Okay, and since I have 3 people next to him, it's sneak attack damage.
Dang,
That's
son.
just crazy. We did a whole total of 18 with 1 arrow.
Wow.
Boom.
So you absolutely hit it.
What is the sneak attack again?
Whenever I hit a creature that is within 5 feet of one of my allies, I do sneak attack damage. And it works for missile, melee, anything. Anytime I attack.
It's the typical OP rogue.
That's
So
pretty
he's-
I was
insane.
trying to shove you guys in there.
It's like, get in there, all for his sneak attack bonus.
Wow.
All right,
Yep.
are you moving anywhere, John?
I have positioned myself comfortably, and I'm good.
Okay. So he now, with his first action, he goes next. He now slides. Now he's too far up for you guys to get an attack of opportunity because you were right at the edge of your range to begin with. So he actually, he kind of crawls up the wall, and then with surprising speed, he crawls over here, and then leaps
That was a
down on
mistake.
Cade, with his mouth open.
Ooh.
And as he falls, you see his mouth opens almost like impossibly wide. It seems to you.
I'm gonna eat you little freaking halfling. You're going to the
Yeah,
stomach. We have to
now
carve
I'm
your
stuck
way
to the
out.
wall. I kind of did not think that through.
So let's see.
You gotta
Okay.
swallow
I see
it, man.
comically he lands like directly on it, and like the thing's like
Boosh.
totem pole.
Yeah, exactly. 22, I think, is going to.
All right, Arv, I need to give me just a second here because I want to actually use this for once. Does it actually swallow me or just bites the heck out of me?
You don't know yet. Depends on what. It's
Well, okay, I've got
Wow.
because I have a thing called
Resist
evasion.
swallowing?
Well, no, I have a thing called evasion.
Okay.
When hit by visible attacker, you can use reaction, page 13, to have the damage taken.
Okay.
I would like to do that right now.
Okay. So what it does is, that's fine. You can do that. So
Okay.
it does hit you though.
Yeah.
So
and I take what was it 11? Is it half of 22? Is that it?
no. 22 was the to hit.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So let me see what damage it does.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so it does only 9, so I guess that would be rounded up. So 5 points of damage, but what it does is it grabs you with its, so it threw itself down with its mouth, but it stops itself and then encircles you with its tail. So it sort of whips its
crap.
body around, and then it literally takes you and throws you up into the air. So you go flying up in the air like this, sort of flying up in the
Yeah.
ground, and then as you come down, it grabs you in its jaws. So now you were
how many action
dangling
points
from
does
its
this thing
jaws.
Holy crap! You guys better kill this thing quickly.
So it is now dangling from the jaws. Now the problem that you have is that as it's doing this, it's sort of crawled out of the way. Now it's still within range probably of Samil, but unless Domdor gets a boost, he's not going to be able to hit it from there.
And Istaval can probably hit it too. I hope.
Yes, that would also be nice if he's
holy-
able to hit it as well.
Jeez, does the second bite attack do any damage to me?
No, but you are stunned from the attack. So what that means is that you're only going to be able to take one action. Actually, you're rather stunned by this whole experience, by what has just happened to you. But you are now dangling. And also you were grappled by it. Basically, is the equivalent of it. So you're going to have to try to break free of it. Obviously, there is no chance to do any kind of an obvious attack in its jaws at the moment.
No.
But
so
you have the
warriors-
good news is you're not swallowed yet, though.
Yeah, warriors, kill it quickly. Kill it quickly.
So there's that.
Some Jurassic Park stuff going on here, man.
Okay, time for another clutch Domdor catch, right, Mercurius? Yeah. Okay.
I've got points left. I'm not at 1 like I was
Wait,
last.
how high is he? Like off the ground?
Now he is probably about 18, almost 20 feet off the ground because he took the tail, as I said, and kind of whipped himself around. So his head and body are more or less like 18 feet or so, 15 to 18 to 20, somewhere in there. 15 to 20 feet basically off the ground.
I got you, Dom.
So let's see. Istaval comes, roars and he says, hold on, Cade, he says. And
Not much choice.
and he runs in your direction. He actually sort of goes up the rubble, and here you actually see that his brace does seem to be causing a little trouble because he's not able to kind of make it up as well as he'd like. And he swings, not awkwardly is the wrong word. Istaval does nothing awkwardly, but he definitely doesn't get the kind of purchase that he wants, and he ends up missing the creature by a fairly wide margin. And then he says, he looks down. He says, you will be protected. Amontor will save you yet.
We will see.
And he
sounds good. We can
screams.
just
He
head out
screams
if you want.
taunts at the creature. Come down here, worm. Face your better. He seems to be like shouting, screaming at it
face
deliberately.
that better, exactly.
Domdor, you're up.
Hey,
Or
Dom,
should
we
I
still
say
have-
you're down below it?
We still have the chance to shut the door.
This never happened.
So can I, from where I'm standing, I'm gonna switch to my light hammers and throw them at it.
Problem is that you're going to have an extremely hard time doing that without hitting Cade, who
Do
is
it.
right in his mouth. Now you can try to like aim if you want to make like a called
Can I
shot on
like
his like
move
tail.
underneath and throw them then? Like try and get a good angle.
You're not going to be able to do that from here because you can like to do that is almost like you'd be Thor style, like swinging it up at him underneath, but you're going to be getting just as much of a negative as if you were aiming
Trying to
at
think
him.
what else. Yeah, the option is I can crossbow.
You can do it. You can try to throw a hammer at him. I'll allow it, but you're going to be doing it a sizable negative either way.
Hey Dom, I got you, dude. I go next, right? Can we combine our turns for me to throw him up there?
You want me to throw me
You can
up
delay.
there?
I'm
Yeah.
throwing you up there.
Never toss a dwarf.
I got you, dude. This is your moment. All right, bud.
Let's do it. I'll do
Okay,
it.
all right,
It sounds
sweet.
fun.
God.
This is gonna be
man.
either completely awesome or just
Okay.
completely.
It's okay. It's okay. It's in his mouth. Like you're going to do what? Like it's,
Yeah,
You can-
just
you can
hit
try to,
it.
like, you can try to grab Cade
We
all
could
the
just,
way
you
up.
could just boost me up and I'll grab him.
but what are you
Could I
grabbing?
do something?
Pull me
I am
off,
at your
pull me in
disposal.
half, yeah.
Whatever
Yeah,
you want me to do, I got you.
Boost him and hit him with the hammer.
By throwing you, right? That's the
No,
By
just
throwing
up
you.
on your shoulders,
idea?
something.
That's so lame.
Eric
Okay.
is very happy with the concept of the dwarf tossing.
Hey, when you're in a dragon spider electric thing's mouth, I'll take all the time to do something really cool and kick ass, but now it's me, so get
Oh
me
my
out of
God.
this crazy thing, Jane.
Chad is like dwarf toss hype. Toss hype. They're very excited.
Dom, what do you
Everyone
want to
wants
do,
to-
man?
Are you going to take
Chat
away
wants
from the
dwarf
people what
toss.
they want?
We have to do.
You,
dwarf
hey,
toss.
you guys got, it's a 6-second turn, do what you're gonna do.
I think we
Alright,
should go
man.
underneath it and then you like throw me up and I grab it, maybe, or should we go from like the side and try and knock it over, bowl it over?
I mean, I was thinking like I throw you, and then you're like in the air with your hammer behind you, like, "Ah,"
I have to admit, that would sound pretty
yeah,
cool.
I could do
so,
that
you
too.
know.
and you'd have like a momentum.
Wait,
strength
I
advantage.
could do. No. I was thinking I got two mini light warhammers. Maybe I could like fancy, wield.
Like John
Make it
Woo,
look even
like
more
John
awesome.
Woo style, like slow mo, like.
As I'm slowly sliding down its gullet.
Nah, all right, I think we'll just toss me up and then I'll take a swing at it.
Okay,
Oh my god.
let's do it.
Battle move. Kate's like,
doing
God
it."
damn it, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So, Samil, what you're gonna need to do? First of all, position. Where are you guys positioning yourselves to do this?
I'll haunt you from beyond.
Right
the
underneath,
cave,
right
I swear to
underneath.
God.
Right over here.
So you're like throwing him up into the belly of it, basically.
I'm throwing him right at him.
Okay.
Yeah.
With your hammer though, like Thor style, right? I assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or-
Yep.
that's up to you,
So,
Dom.
so what you need to do is make a strength check, Samil, to do this. You are, throwing a fully armored dwarf with all respect to your pecs.
And I got this.
And
Okay.
his
Technically,
hammer.
technically I have an axe, but we're not gonna.
Oh, I'm sorry. I beg
Even
your
better.
pardon.
Even better.
Your axe.
Okay.
My axe.
All right, strength check.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ooh,
Nice.
No problem.
23.
So you're like,
Wow.
"Hut!" like deadlift. You're like, you lift him up, you throw
Get
him.
the freak up there.
All right, and you throw right up
Reverse
into him.
course of action.
Domdor, since you're not anywhere close to the mouth of this thing at the moment of the creature, you don't have to worry about hitting Cade. This is not
Yay.
exactly your normal mode of attack. So I'm going to give you a negative, but if you hit, I will give you a bonus to damage because you are being propelled by the momentum of the pecs.
all right.
Right.
So I'll just
Wow.
roll normally and then use negative whatever.
Negative, we're going to say -2 for the throw, but if you hit, you're going to do more damage.
Come on, baby.
Come on.
Oh yes.
Yes, that should be a hit. I
That's
hope
22.
It'll
That's
let
a
me
hit.
22?
That will hit.
what I want it to do.
That'll hit. Okay, now what I'd like you to do is you're going to add 6 points. Wow!
Nice.
Holy crap! So he throws him up, and it just is like, and you got to think of like the sun from this like glints off the light of the hammer as he
Thought the
shines up,
guns goes off
and
in the background.
not the axe. Sorry, the axe. Why do I keep saying hammer? The axe, and then like you carve like a cut into him. Right? And Cade, you feel your mouth like, "Huh!" And like the creature's like, "Brrr," and then falls like on the ground, like belly up, with Cade like sort of drifting out of his mouth. He is clearly dead. And then Domdor, you stand up, and you pick your axe out of his body.
I'm gonna high five Samil.
Right.
It's just like, bro.
I got
Absolutely.
you, buddy.
You high five Samil, and then you like
Well,
drop.
it's more like I'm here and he's up here. It's like
Yeah.
weird.
And then you like drop the axe, and like the flames, like as you walk away in slow mo. Basically, is what happens.
So sick, man.
He is well dead.
Get up, brush myself off from all the dragon saliva. I can't fucking believe that. But I'm very glad it did.
Man.
Okay, so how many times is that we've saved Cade?
That's at least 2, sure.
Oh, that was tremendous.
Although I probably could have, cut my way out of him. I had plenty of hit points.
Oh yes.
Chat has predictably
Hey,
burst into applause about this. Someone needs to make a Kickstarter to fund a movie of
It's
this.
hilarious.
Rules of nature. That's how you crit
One does not
fatality.
simply throw a dwarf.
I'm sure Cade smells wonderful covered in all that dragon spit.
Yeah,
you
really.
sort of are like, and the creature's down, and Istival walks over to you, Samil, and he looks at you, and he says, that was foolish, undisciplined, and tremendously impressive. And he, claps you on the shoulder, and he says, Domdor, and he said, Domdor, well struck, well struck. And then he looks to Cade, and he says, Cade, and he sort of leans down to you, and he says, there's only so many times you can survive being caught in the mouth of a dangerous creature. Try to avoid the jaws next time. And he sort of smiles at you.
Take it down,
And he gives you the wink. Gives you the wink, It is definitely dead.
Paladin.
Beautiful.
It's definitely dead.
Oh,
All right, so it is lying on the ground. Now, that actually did not take a whole lot of time because you guys did a lot of damage to it early on, but it was packing a punch. And so, there was some noise, obviously, that came out of that fight, but it wasn't like, there wasn't a lot of, there didn't have a lot of time to have a lot of noise in it, basically.
2-round fight, exactly. Go poke around.
So
in
do we
his
know what type
lair.
of creature it is?
You can make a nature check for me if you'd like to find out more about him.
Yeah, because this is in nature. Sure.
That would be Samil, being the nature guy.
Yeah.
I'm a botanist, man.
Oh, you're buttons. Yeah, that's
It is
nature.
definitely not a plant. That's
I can tell
Definitely.
you guys that much, yes.
It's a 12-legged electrified lizard spider. What more do you need to know? Arv, I'm poking around in that little area where it was hunkered down nesting or whatever. Seeing if the remains of other adventurers had left anything here.
okay.
No.
Give me just 1 second as I find the page that I've lost.
Word tossing works. Nice.
With,
Oh,
Istival's
man.
statistics,
Yeah, I gotta clean myself off. Ugh. Yuck.
because yes.
I'm so lucky that hit. I'm just happy it hit.
Me too.
Oh, hey, B3. That
been
was
faster
guys.
than
That
It
was,
was
very
tremendously
impressive,
epic. It was worth a shot. But I mean, it was
we
totally
need a
legit.
script.
I didn't have
Yeah.
to fudge anything. I mean, it was just you guys
Yeah.
you
We
guys
need a
set it up
script next D&D
properly.
movie. It's obvious.
And actually, it made more sense to try to attack it from the underside like that because you would have had a hard time because its mouth was basically rah 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 like a dog with its chew toy, right, with Cade. So you guys were able to do the right thing with that. Why can I not
Times-
find the statistics for this guy? that I
Times when
just
being
had?
small is really a disadvantage, and that was definitely one of them.
Yep.
Dude, all I gotta say is, who needs mages, man?
I know.
See? Yeah.
Well, they would have made some fancy lights, and then they were dead. I mean,
who needs that?
who wants that? You don't get to see the cool stuff.
Warrior hype. All right, give me just a second. I don't know why I can't find this.
Part of me wants to roll with these guys in Icewind.
Let's see.
Yeah, I like my druid. I'd roll a thief. I'd roll a rogue up. Yeah.
Okay, I'll look for it later
Gonna
on.
be no problem, man.
Okay, so yes, you definitely see that around the middle of the stuff. He was just in his mouth. The halfling was bait, exactly. Cade the
Gotta
chew
stop doing
toy.
that.
So in the middle, you
Halfling's
guys,
always bait.
they're always
It's an
bait.
amber.
You can actually see that the trove, his treasure trove, was considerable. There are hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of coins here. There is also an open chest which contains a
Stay away, Dom.
silver bowl. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you ever roll for the nature thing? Did you ever do the check or no? Did you guys
No,
not do a check?
I don't know what to roll for that because I don't have nature as my proficiency.
Okay. Well, you can still make a roll on it. It's just you won't be able to add anything to it. So go ahead and
So
make
just
a
do
roll.
it
See what you get. So
1d20,
you're going to
or-
do wisdom for this.
Oh, wisdom, so that's +3. So it's
Oh.
sorry, +2.
19.
+2. +1.
Yeah,
17.
you do actually remember, and talking over with Istival, you suspect that this is the case, that there is a creature called a Behir, which is, in fact, although it looks dragon-like, are actually often the mortal enemies of dragons. They generally do not coexist, and they are these massive, as you saw, lizard centipede-like creatures, which often occupy rubble-filled rooms and things like that, and they are solitary and not very pleasant. And they tend to be electrified.
I can attest to that. Yeah.
As you guys
Apple
have
says
seen.
the chest should just contain a stack of torches.
Torches, man.
What? A stack of torches. Yes, exactly. So that's the deal. So you find in there also a silver bowl with gold filigree, which seems like it's very expensive. And when I say coins, by the way, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of copper pieces, hundreds of silver pieces, a couple of hundred what look like might be electrum pieces. And then you also find something curious. As you're looking, you see this dented plain brass horn that's sort of lying underneath the rubble.
I look at it. Pick it up. Pick that sucker up.
It summons like the whole horde of these things, like booking it down the side of the castle wall.
Right. Okay, so you pick
Brass.
it up.
Summon giant lizards that eat you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
That's the actual name of the item.
So it's not a drinking horn. It's a horn for like blowing, right?
It looks like a horn for blowing.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to do that right now.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I know. Let's
Give me that
warn
thing.
everyone we're here. Yes. Yeah.
Give me that thing.
No.
You guess
do
it's
it.
not Bahir anymore
You
after
guys
that axe.
made
Very nice,
enough-
DNS.
yeah,
Hold on.
You guys made enough racket already.
How are you going to find out what it does?
When the time is right, we'll find out.
What does that even mean?
For the guy
It's
who,
not
you
a
know,
Jerry Cyber thing. It is time right.
and I tuck it away, and here you can have a javelin. You want a javelin?
Yes, I do. Give me that.
Here you go. Okay. Here.
you.
I give Sabine. It's tingly, right?
I like it.
Javelin.
Mm.
I get a good
Now the
feeling from
tingly
this.
javelin.
Exactly.
plus 2.
Where'd you
Ricola.
find a tingling javelin?
Chat really wants you to blow the horn. But that's you should
course
keep
they
in
do.
mind that Chat's job is to be
A
amused.
mimic
so.
horn. That's hilarious.
A mimic horn.
We have made enough noise here. We should be moving on when the time is right.
It's the little-known succubus horn.
When the
Okay,
time is right, the horn will
the horn will be blown. Okay, so now what are you guys doing?
Let's see.
Yes,
We
fun
should.
statistics.
I want to check out this room up here that we could get into, like through the back way of the armory over here.
Okay. Yes. So you're gonna. So what
Oh,
you're gonna-
wait. I'm sorry. Is that a stairway going down?
That's a
that
stairway.
is?
No, it's a stairway going up to what used to be probably some parapets or like some,
Okay. Yeah.
you know, and it then no longer bleeds to anything.
Congratulations.
It's not the area that goes around, and then
Right.
it's like
Right.
ends-
Well, this
ends
is
here.
yeah.
Correct.
I'm checking out this area, Arv.
Okay. So that is basically. Oh, sorry. What area?
Dude,
I saw
wait
two
up.
things. Oh, area's over there.
He's like full of adrenaline right now.
Yeah. I'm hurrying to catch up with someone before he
Yeah.
gets himself killed.
Yes. That is the case. All right. So first of all, let me reveal that area, and that. So there's this room over here is not. This room over here is not easily accessible from the door. You might be able to get to it around the outside through the rubble.
Right.
over
That's
here.
what I'm thinking. We'll check
do
that
that,
later.
but-
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna stick with the party for now. In case there are more Behirs lurking in the ruins.
Okay.
And yeah, it's all good.
All right. So here, the entire south wall of this keep, or I should say the southwestern wall, basically, the keep on the inside of this building is gone, and it leaves half of a long hall exposed to the outdoors. Let me open up more of it.
I'm assuming you can see over here as well.
Well, yeah, I would think so.
Yes. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Arv, remind me again, why did we come here? We were looking for a couple people and something else, another altar
It's
or
because
something?
because there was the biggest reason is that the apparently Rakshasa that killed Istival's squire has returned in the position, and the squire's name, by the way, was Eldrin Hahn. He told you the story about his holy symbol that was covered in blood and all that stuff.
Right.
And so
very emotional.
it seemed like it seems like this is sort of a setup for a trap, but it's like one of those traps you have to spring because if the Rakshasa's here and there's all those elemental keys, you put 2 and 2 together, and it means that they're trying to do something, some ritual or something, which presumably you would need to stop. So that is now all that you see of that hall. Rotting mantlets and palisade walls abandoned by the castle's ancient defenders face outwards. And these are these shield things that you guys see right here. They're these 5-foot-high walls, basically, and they're festooned with these enemy arrows. They have small holes which are cut into them at eye level. They look like they're fairly heavy, and they still have some sort of effectiveness, apparently. These are these things, these small things. These big things here are 7-foot-high, 9-foot-long walls, and they're made from these tree trunks that are lashed together and sunk 2 feet into the floor. But they look like they're also sort of rotting and unuseful. But it looks like this is one area that was designed if anyone ever breached the keep wall. This would be like the second layer of defense behind that. And, of course, all of that was inside the castle. So you get a sense of, like, that this thing was designed to stand up to sieges. Like, it was not, you know, they were not joking around.
I did not take it lightly.
Right.
Okay.
What, are we on the ground floor, like ground level here, or what?
So to speak, yeah. You're on this, because you're still outdoors, basically. Like, you had to, you know, kind of go up the hill to get to where the keep is located. It's a little bit sort of like, to where the castle is located. It's a little bit like, you know, into 2 towers like Rohan, you know, not that high up on a hill, but it's sort of exposed to the land around, essentially. So, but once you're here, though, that level is like floor level, basically. Okay. Sorry.
Right. Yeah, I'm assuming the walls here are higher than the walls here.
What's
so
up
we
here,
can't see over them.
I'm sorry, say that again, Saad. What is higher than?
The walls here, are they higher than the walls over here?
Yeah, those walls. Well, those are straight up walls. Like, I mean, those are walls that you can't clearly see inside of. It looks like the roof, for one thing, is somewhat like in better shape in the inside keep. You can see a little bit that this is slightly up, about 5 feet up. This whole keep is set about 5 feet up from the ground, and this looks to you, especially you, Domdor, as if it was man-made. So basically, they carved out this area in the mountain, or the hill. They built the castle, then they raised more area. They built the keep on top of that, and then they did all that. So you get my point. Like, it was they like put a lot of time into thinking of the defenses. So.
Wow.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So are we going to that door that you're right in front of there, Samuel?
Yeah.
Buddy?
What am I
Are
doing?
we going through that door? Open that door.
I don't know. Sure, opening door.
Okay.
This is way better than having to check for traps or anything. He'll just do it for me.
Okay. You
awesome.
try to open the door, but it does not open.
What? Defiant door. What do you want? A strength check?
You could definitely try to force it, if you like. You could also try to basically smash it open. That's another option.
Oh, off the 20.
19.
So that's pretty good.
That door is not opening, even with that strength check, but it does look as if the outer door is sort of rotted a little bit, so it looks like it could be smashed. But it seems to be either barred from the inside or something.
So you want me to smash it with my sword?
Or you like weapons would be necessary, it seems like, yeah.
There were some maces back in the...
there are maces and warhammers back in the armory.
In the armory. Oh, some pretty kick-ass scale armor that one of you guys might want to look at. I don't know.
Here, I'll use the...
It looked really nice.
There
was some light, nice-looking scale armor back there that someone might want to take a look at. It was pretty boss.
Now you tell us. I'm heading back.
No one asked. Bring back.
I asked you where you got the gear for it. You completely ignored me and just kept following Samuel.
I left it inside the door.
I'm gonna smash this door with that javelin.
No, don't waste it on that. What's wrong with you?
Wasting? Whoever said it's charged.
Come back. Wait for Domdor to come back.
Blow your horn out.
Okay.
I'm gonna go look at the armor because I want to.
Lightning does not really do anything against wood, so it's probably not going to help. So save that for something like, I don't know, a dragon.
Hey, you
save it for a Bahir.
To me. You know, waste it.
Actually, Bahirs are resistant to lightning, so
yeah, that's what I figured. That's why I did not say Bahir exactly.
Yeah.
All right, give me snatch a mace for me, if you wouldn't mind.
I told him to bring back a couple, so you both can go at it.
Yeah, Domdor, you and me are gonna tag team this son of a gun.
all of a sudden you guys have one successful combat combo, and now it's going to be you just keep throwing them at everything like go like.
Oh, we're a team, man.
I'm telling you, fastball special.
Yep. I will just sit back and snipe from the shadows, man. I'm all good with that, and definitely try to avoid not getting eaten next time.
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh. Stupid behavior.
In other words, we use K as a decoy every time.
I'm all right with that.
Even though it
I
doesn't-
heard that.
Keep that rope around him. If something swallows him, just pull him out. There you go.
Got it. We're used to this. We've seen this before. Yeah.
Halfway
Alright,
on a
so-
hook.
Okay, so you definitely you successfully hit the immobile door. So go ahead and roll your damage to it. You're using what are you using, by the way?
Mace.
Okay.
Ace.
All right. So you smash it strongly. Go ahead and roll damage
I don't know what the damage is.
on a mace.
D6?
It's
D6, right?
D8, right?
D8. Wow, they upped it. Okay.
All right, Dom, you first, bud.
Light mace is D6.
Did you roll damage yet?
I thought you were swinging to me. You said you were swinging.
Oh, I thought we were
What do
tag
you-
teaming. All right,
what do
what-
You hit it. Yeah, you hit it with that. You hit it already.
a D8.
Hard to
Yep.
miss.
D8.
Yeah.
All right, I did 3 on mine.
You should have a damage bonus to that because of
Oh.
strength, right?
Yeah,
So it'll be 8.
3 plus 5. Yeah, so 8.
Okay. You smash a big chunk.
Bet your balls I do. All right, Dom, you're up.
The door roars at you. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm looking.
I'm
at
sorry.
armor.
I'm sorry. I
want
totally was
this
missing
armor.
this. I
Oh,
apologize.
it's just me? Oh, okay. I'll just keep swinging then. All right.
Just keep swinging. I'm gonna check out this armor that
You do
Kate
that.
just said.
I'll do all the hard work.
You
There's
definitely.
this light armor here.
I forgot the epic orchestral music as you're fighting the immobile door. Sorry, guys.
Another 8. Another 8.
It's door battle door battle hype.
Smack.
Okay, bam.
You gonna take it from that door, Samil? You take the door down.
One more? You want another one, Arv?
Sure.
I got plenty. Okay.
You're
Maybe
definitely
funny
getting
if, like-
chunks out of it.
If like the
There
door
you
down
go.
here was unlocked.
I got D8s for days.
Like a D8. You do have to roll to hit technically each time. So far,
What?
Roll to hit an immobile door. Seriously? I mean, come
What
on.
am I
that's like
blind?
I guess a miss on a 1
it
only.
technically has an AC of 5. I'm not joking.
All right, let me roll. Let me roll just to see.
So the only way you can fail is rolling a 1.
Pretty
much.
All right, here we go. Rolling to hit. Oh, we're good there. Okay.
Let's
Aim for the
smack.
nut. There we go. Here's for the second one.
Boom.
Okay, 17. This is for that nice bit of
Last time I
damage.
checked, doors don't have nuts; they have bolts. Oh,
That's a crit.
Nice.
That door's going down.
Okay. So it looks like it's yeah. Now you're starting to see actually some like a air kind of pours out of the other side. So you can see that it's sort of like it's starting to splinter and break under your constant assault.
How many more of these, man?
Come on, put your back into it.
Dude, all right, I'm rolling 3 more times.
I want to point out that it actually says that the door
Critical?
is immune to poison and psychic conditions. So you can't poison the door, nor can you
Fear it.
psychically convince it that it's not a door. I'm sorry.
Samil, 3 crits in a row, dude. You got 1. 2 more.
All right,
you can
1
do
crit.
it. You can do it.
Here we go.
Come
quick,
on.
use a command spell on it.
Oh,
You do still hit it. I really would love to see you miss the door. It'd be funny.
oh 2 crits.
That's a hit.
2 out
All
of
right.
3, dude.
So go ahead. With that last one, you like the big spray of wood splinters breaks open, and you were able to get the door open.
Let me guess. Nothing in there, right?
And there's dramatic music. No, that is not true.
12
There
years.
is, in fact, not just something, but someone. The room, which fills the entire tower, and actually, let me show you what that is.
Man, they must be freaked out. Some barbarian bashing their door in. He's
Why
taking a bath or
won't you
something.
open? Yeah.
on the toilet.
This room, which fills the entire tower, is empty except for a wooden trap door in the middle of the floor. Chained to the trap door's iron pull ring is a man wearing chainmail and a heavy fur cloak with a sack pulled over his head. Leaning against the wall beyond the man's reach is a shield bearing the symbol of Tempest and a long sword with a falcon-shaped hilt.
Wait, the dude's alive?
What's up, bro?
Seems to be.
Holy crap.
What are you doing in there?
And Istival sort of looks in and he says, "It can't be." And he marches over and he unties the sack,
It's a trap.
Yeah, it's a tarp.
no.
And he pulls off the sack, and you see this sort of this gray bearded man, sort of a short cropped gray beard. He's got the marine cut going on.
Durandar.
And he's kind of looking at you and he says Darandar, as I live and breathe, it's Darandar.
I said that.
Yep.
Yeah, we know.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
Wow.
I
Glad I
see.
helped you out. All right.
Yes.
No loot.
All right.
On to
So
the
he
next
says it was Darandar, and he says,
Hang on,
this is the one we were looking for, and
Yeah.
and he looks up and he says, Istival, I can't believe it. Now, for those of you who are watching him, which would be all three of you who are in this room, I assume. Although, are you guys?
I went out to check the armor.
Okay, so you guys went out to check the armor. So the only ones
I'm
in
not
here
sure where.
are Sunil.
Sorry, I got bored.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, so you guys. So for those of you who
Feels
are
like
actually
the only
there,
one with OCD and wants to keep moving his character everywhere.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Same as all ever was. Okay, but so what you need to do is make a perception check for me. The three of you who are in the room with Darren.
Okay, that's straight intelligence.
I already bashed in the door. This is all you, Cade.
Is that intelligence?
This is wisdom.
Ah, man. I think I was 0.
You must perceive what you see.
Yep. God bless America. Straight up. All right. I'll see. Come on, baby. Oop. I rolled twice.
Whoa, man, your intellect is insane.
Natural 20.
Wisdom.
Arv.
Oh, so light just pours out of your face. Oh! No, just kidding.
I know all. See all.
Yes. So you know, Darandor seems to be, like sort of woozy, as you might expect, as he looks up at Istival and you definitely feel like he just seems like shaky, like he's not totally with it, basically, is the way to put it. I mean, he just is kind of like, his words are slightly slurred, that type of thing.
Right, he's been tied up and put with a sack over his head in an empty room.
Exactly.
But okay.
Yes, so that is something that you notice. And
he
says, but he's still got, and Istival says, all right, old friend, before we do anything else, we got to get you out of these shackles. And Darandor says, it might be difficult to do that, Istival. Do the best you can. And you note that these shackles that he has are sort of, as I say, like sort of chained in. And there's obviously no key that you see visible to you.
But there is a lock, apparently.
Yes, correct.
Well, stand back.
Yeah, I might jack that dude's sword while you're doing that.
Stand back. All of a sudden, he runs, and Domdor throws him, and he flying lock picks the shotgun. I can do it too!
Oh, okay. So would this be, I assume, dexterity? Let's see. Right?
You should have a lock-picking skill separate, right? I would think.
Well, it's math. Not really. That's the thing. I have master
not in the beta rules, I guess. Yeah.
I can take something from him. I can put something on him. That's it.
No, so it's dexterity.
Yeah.
You may not have it sort of triggered. So yeah, dexterity would be the one.
Well, I've got expertise with the D8, so this shouldn't be a problem.
It looks like they could either be picked or broken, actually. So.
Well, we'll try picking first before Lunkhead here gets his shot at it. So.
Before he throws Domdor at him.
Oh yeah, that's a 31 roll.
31?
Yep.
So you like look at it and you breathe on it and it falls open. You're just like
pretty much.
Really?
Like this is hard. One-handed, one hand behind my back. Watch.
Yeah, with incredible practiced skill, you release it and the shackles fall to the floor and Darandor rises and he says, "Thank you." And you can see that, as I said, he's got this beard and the cropped hair, but you can see that his eyes are kind of sunken and he's sort of taciturn. And
can I ask
Istival
him, hey,
says,
bud, are you okay? Have you been here long? What happened to you?
Longer than I should have been. It was a difficult situation. I don't know how much time, but I'll just fill you in quickly with what I know.
Please do.
I was visited by an old comrade in arms, a fellow Tempest worshipper. You've probably heard of him, Istival, Alwern Mulverax. And Istival says, "Aye, he's a good man. I had wondered why I had not seen him for a while." Well, so did I, and at his insistence, he wanted me to accompany him here to Dragonspear Castle, so that we could perform a ritual to strengthen the wards on the portal to the Nine Hells. You know how dangerous it is here, Istival, and there's been strange news afoot. And Istival kind of glances at all of you in turn and then says, yes, we do. I know this ritual, that it needs to be performed here. I know where it is. But then when we arrived here, I go into the castle, prepared to go, and then I turn around, and suddenly I wasn't looking at Alwyn anymore. He betrayed me, and the next thing I knew, I was given over to a set of creatures. Rather unfortunate creatures. Creatures with wings and pointed teeth. You know what I speak of, Istival. And Istival sort of looks down, and both Istival and Fing immediately know what he's talking about. Creatures with wings and with pointed teeth that are able to basically, be smart enough to able to work together. You all know that what he's probably referring to is some kind of vampire. Although you're not aware of vampires that have wings as a normal thing. Like they're either, bats or they're humans and not something in between. But they certainly sound vaguely vampiric in some way. Then Alwyn vanished. I don't know where he's gone or even who he was. I have no idea what it was about. But I'm still frustrated and angry. I should never have, was a fool to have trusted him. I should have come to you, Istival, or I should have spoken to Delvin or anybody. But just to come here like a novice on his first campaign. And Istival says, "That's all right, my friend. It happens to the best of us."
Rookie mistake.
So he does that, and so he kind of claps him on the back, and Darrendor sort of shakes his head. And then he looks over, and he says, Istival says, "Your fingers remember their old strength better if they hold a sword." And then the copyright people run in, and they yell at you for using a Tolkien quote. And then they give him the shield. He gives him the shield and the sword, and he grabs both of them. He says, "All right, well, now that I'm free, we can finish this ritual that I was asked to do. It makes sense to do it." And Istival says, well, tell me what is the situation with this ritual? And he explains that all he needs to do is finish this ritual, and he'll be able to finish sealing over the portal. And he thinks that the reason that he was brought here in the first place was to keep him from being able to do it, because there's not many people alive who have ever been to Dragonspear Castle before and know about the ritual and can actually finish it. So he thinks that he was basically brought here for that express reason, so they could get what they needed from him and then kill him before he could complete the ritual.
Can I make another perception roll looking for, like, bite marks on him, something, anywhere, something, I don't know, just...
Bite marks? Sure.
Yes.
You can make a perception roll. So that's what you're looking at specifically?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Not that I'm suspicious or anything, but I am. So let's see, this is standard. Ba-boom, another 20 would be great. I don't ask for much. Oh, no, a 6.
He seems fine to you. He seems pretty awesome. The other thing is that you do notice he has these bright blue eyes, and you do notice, even with that roll, that he seems to be very sad, sort of, just sort of down in general. And Istival Istival pulls you aside, and he says, "You need to remember that Darrendor has been through a great deal. He lost his family when he was a young man. It's been something which has haunted him through the years. He cannot stand the loss of life." And,
that is terrible. I'm sincere. I mean, I really do mean that. I'm very sincere when I say that. Yeah, that's awful. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then I just simply walk up and I go to, was Darrendor? Is that his name? And said, "You'll be joining us, yes, for the time being." Darrendor.
Yes.
Darrendor.
Absolutely.
Put up my hand and say, "Well, welcome," and I really want him to shake my hand.
Yeah, so he reaches out, sort of, a little unsteadily on his feet still, but he shakes
Cold?
your hand. No.
Flesh or
Nope.
warm?
Nope, feels like normal flesh.
Okay, all right. He passes the test. I won't have to gut him in his sleep. Okay.
So he shakes your hand, and then and he says, "Have you already found the altar? It was right near the front of the place, as I remember."
Not as such.
Well, that's not actually true. You did find an altar.
Oh wait, yes, that's true. But it wasn't. We didn't think it was that altar. Or maybe it was that altar.
Well, he
said it was weird, and we sat in front of it and did weird things, and.
Yes.
That
was the altar that he knows of, it seems like.
Right.
And he says, "Yes, that is the place. The hold of the lions, they call it."
By the way, why were you put on this trap door? And I kind of, tap it with my toe. What's up with this?
You hear donk donk donk. It's hollow. It says, I can't know why. I don't know. It probably leads down to a basement floor down below. They didn't say anything to me. I just know the creatures were horrifying creatures. I don't know what they intended to do with me or when. I was fortunate to have survived this long. And he's got he's got these crimson robes over him as well, that he sort of pulls short, and he kind of shudders a little bit, like he's thinking about what could have happened theoretically.
Mm-hmm. So, do we need to go back and do anything to the altar?
That's what this is
a
for. And he holds up the longsword, and he says, "This should be able to activate the altar of Tempest."
Let's go. Yeah, it works for me.
All right. So you guys follow him then, assuming you agree.
Yeah. Doink, 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 doink.
You follow him over to here.
Doink, doink, doink. There. Okay. Do we have a guy for him, Arv?
I don't. I can add one though.
Yeah, just give us one. Yes.
Whoops, not that. No, go away.
Speaking of nuts.
Yum.
There we go. He's really huge. He's like 5 times your size now. Okay. So he goes in and he approaches the altar. And give me a second. And as he sort of walks in to see it, he looks at it and he sort of looks at all of it and he says, he walks close to it and then he turns and his steely blue eyes sort of fix on each of you. And he says, "Deep below the castle," he says, "is the portal to the 9 hells that I spoke of. And the ancient wards that seal it have grown weak over time. We cannot allow the fiends to gain a foothold. I need to perform this ritual in this hold of the battle lions." And you do see, as I think I had mentioned before about this place, that there do seem to be these like sort of lion sort of bas relief things, around the wall. And he says, "I need you to perform the ritual here, and I need you to protect me while I do it."
Okay. Whoa. We'll protect you from what necessarily?
I can only assume that they will try to stop me from completing this ritual. It's why they brought me here in the first place. They meant to take my power for their own. I can only assume they will do the same thing again.
Oh, Dom. Quit messing around with the armor and get over here.
Oh, I'm busy. I'm waiting for you guys to finish.
No, I'm fine where I am, thanks.
No, I want to look at the armor. Like, I'm waiting for you to do your bit.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you about
but
the armor quickly. So the armor is
keep it
this
on all,
light, sort of very fine scale mail. The thing that's most notable about it is that it's, number one, it seems cleaner than a lot of armor that would be, that's been sort of rusted by the centuries. Number two, it's very light. In fact, you think it's probably made of some mithril amalgam, possibly. That's sort of woven through this scale mail. You don't know that it would be magical per se. Like, it's not. It does have dust on it. It's not like obviously glowing or anything like that. But it does look to be marvelously light, as was said in the.
So it's scale mail, yeah.
Yes, but mithril of some kind of amalgam mix, though.
I'm gonna switch into it. Can I? While they're doing all their, I think. Wait, scale mail is. I'm trying to remember the armor class difference between scale and...
The problem with this is that it's human-sized. You're going to have kind of a hard time getting into
then don't worry.
In fact,
I thought it was like...
No, most of the things here are human-sized in this castle, because that was the main defenders here, unfortunately.
Actually, I'm already wearing scale mail.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Wait, covering your
I thought
pecs?
you were bronze. Yeah, really.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't even...
Cover the pecs? What the
I don't
hell?
even know you. Who are you?
Well, it's scale, but there's like a cut right below the chest, so my abs are protected.
No, so the abs are protecting the scale.
Exactly, yeah. I guess that's a better way to say it. I mean, Dom, you might already be wearing scale also.
I'm actually wearing chainmail.
No.
I don't know where I've been.
Okay, Foom has just arrived in chat. So sorry, how long did you go to dinner? Just got home. How goes it?
Oh, just in time, right?
Hashtag too late.
Yeah, exactly.
Just messing with him.
So let's see. You guys are settled in there along with Fing. So, let's see.
We're gonna wait until frickin' Dom comes back.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, while you were doing that, like talking to that guy in there, I was checking the mail out. That's all.
And also, Foom, they did find something you might like, Foom, when you get in here. You
Oh,
might like something for Fing.
So I quickly see this guy and I go I pull out my axe and I'm like, Rakashar? Like I'm like not sure. I don't think this guy is who is this guy? Where did you find him?
Because you weren't there for any of
Fill him
that?
in.
Yeah, I wasn't
No,
there.
yeah.
I see. Okay, give me 1 second.
No,
while
Don,
it's
we're
done.
all Rakshasa. I mean, oh, sorry. Kidding.
All of a sudden, it's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. They're all one of the...
Hi there.
okay. Hey, what's up, man?
Good to see you, buddy.
So,
What's going on? Oh yeah, seriously. I heard you were really happy to see me. What's going on?
Thrilled,
No, thanks.
buddy.
By the way, your animation was really good. Do you feel bad yet?
Thank you.
Ooh,
I'll take what I can get.
I was solid, dude. Very impressive, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
I really appreciate that.
Okay. All right. So, Foom is here. So, yeah. So, Fing, to describe what happened very quickly. So, you knew about the whole battle in the armory thing at the beginning of the last end of last one where you fought this ghost. After you got out of the armory, and you remember that you're in Dragonspear Castle with Istival with the
No more
paladin.
peanuts.
So you guys went in and you confronted a massive purple dragon lizard-like thing, which was a Behir, which was really frightening, which breathed lightning and did all this stuff. And Cade almost would have died, except that, I kid you not, Samil threw Domdor towards him with his hammer, and he connected. So it was like a fastball special, basically, is what happened there, thereby killing the Behir. And then they went down and they just found this dude, Darindar, who is a priest. He was the one that originally had left, and Istival was worried about him and didn't know where he had gone. And so now you guys he's gone to complete this ritual that he said that this friend of his who came to bring him to the castle in the first place said he needed to complete, except that when they got there, it turned out his friend was not his friend. So you guys suspect that it was the Rakshasa who can change shape at will, that basically led him here. And so he now says he needs to complete the ritual because he thinks he was brought there basically for them to kill him, so that he couldn't complete it and for them to take his power for his own. So he's basically just told you before you came on that you guys need to protect him as he does this ritual because he's worried they will try again to stop it, basically. And the ritual that he's trying to do, by the way, is to seal the portal.
Who's trying to stop it?
The creatures that brought him here. He was handed over by the Rakshasa to a set of these weird vampire-like creatures that he couldn't really describe very well, with wings, yeah. And it was a ritual. The ritual he knows is to seal the portal to the 9 hells below, and that's why this castle was lost, is because a great battle was fought over it, and demons basically breached the world here and basically flowed into the courtyard and destroyed the castle many, many years before this. So that's where we're at.
I heard nothing about that. All right, sweet.
Yep.
You know, typical.
Okay.
So what's like? Where are we at? Like right now? What are we doing? Like, are we just
Exploring.
So
Just
you're
exploring, okay.
you're exploring, but where you guys are now is you're sitting in the room waiting for him to complete this ritual. And so what he basically said was, he said he needed to perform this ritual, and then he came over. Oh, and before I tell the rest, why don't you guys tell him the toy that you got, Fing?
Oh yeah,
That you
Samil,
refuse to use.
give it. No, give the guy who actually throws javelins.
Oh, what?
Give it to him.
So they
Javelin.
found this javelin, and as you pick it up, Fing, it's this brown wood that's interlaced with these metal lines down the shaft of the wood. And as you touch it, you feel a little almost like static electricity, like these little lightning bolts sort of jumping back and forth from your hand to the javelin.
Yeah.
Juiced up, son.
Hey, what's up, Ike?
Right. That's
Yep.
right.
That's basically right.
Cool, because today that was my one mission. I want to roll for a 360 no scope.
You will get the chance.
Straight with that, you'll get the opportunity. So,
So, Dom,
anyway,
did you leave that armor in the armory?
Yep.
Oh God.
getting crackly,
no.
John.
Oh, all right. Hang on.
Man, that sound. Oh, makes you want to scratch your eyes out.
Crackle.
So,
So
we're
anyway-
waiting here real quick. Oh, sorry. Never
No,
mind.
go
Go
ahead.
on.
Go ahead, dude.
I was just gonna ask Siri something. For
up,
the other animation that you did with like the red kind of like ninja character or whatever. What shader was that? What is that? Like the red shiny. Do you know what I'm talking about?
probably be easier to tell you after.
Okay. Okay.
Because I could get into it, but
That
it's
was
not
really
worth it.
cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
What's up, Nuno? You fell asleep. Well, welcome back to the land of the living.
Well, okay,
Screw time
Samil,
zones.
despite your pecs being exposed, if you wanted some scale armor, there's some that looked pretty decent in the armory. If you want to go check it out, I can't bring it back to you. So just if you wanted to
seem
armor up
special,
before you.
then?
Yeah, well, it was clean and light. It was really light. I mean, you could
Domdor thinks
like a
it's
shirt.
made of like
Yeah,
some
I think
mithril
I think it's
amalgam.
mithril.
Yeah, so that's that's pretty good stuff from what I hear.
It's pretty shiny. You know how much you like shiny things.
Hey, so just real quick, can you do me a favor and link me, just in Skype somewhere, the character sheets, please, or somebody?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna grab that armor.
All
There you
right.
go.
So you want to don it first?
Do
And
what?
Darendor is kind of like, he's like, my friends, we must.
I know.
we must
We're
continue quickly."
going. I just thought I'd armor up my buddy a little more because he's probably gonna take the brunt of whatever's coming at us. I just thought it'd be a good
Putting that
idea.
sucker
So,
on.
just take a
All right.
second. Yeah, just take a second.
Okay. And then he
got it.
waits
Thank
and
you,
sort of looks at you. He sort of looks at you as if, are you guys ready, more or less? He kind of gives you the,
Born ready.
are you ready?
So do I have anything special putting
I
that
still
on?
don't trust this guy. He could be a Rakasha.
When you
We
put
don't
it on,
know.
it just feels very, very light. You feel like you can, it's not like, it doesn't feel obviously magical, Samil, but it definitely feels lighter than what you were wearing. Like, so, you feel like encumbrance would be less of an issue with this. This is definitely the lightest scale you've ever worn. Like, there's no question about it.
So I'm gonna write like scale mail of feathers in my inventory. Or something?
If you were to write mithril scale mail, that would probably be the best way to put it.
Okay.
Aluminum mail.
So he holds up, so Darendor holds up the sword, and he says, ages ago, a champion of Tempest impaled a pit fiend with this bastard sword called Illidrail, and the blade broke off and lodged itself in the fiend's heart. Howling in pain, the devil plunged back into the nine hells. Hidden inside this shrine is all that remains of Illidrail, now a holy relic. I need to pull it from the altar. And he sort of looks at all of you and he nods. And he looks at Istival. Istival, with his arms folded, sort of nods at him. And Darendor turns around and he sort of bows his head and he goes this, Amen. And then he reaches into the marble altar as though it was made of soft clay. And he pulls out the handle of this bastard sword with no blade. Suddenly, a rail of screaming white fire erupts from the hilt, like just like up to the sky. And Darendor lifts the radiant sword toward the sky, and he shouts out and says, "Behold the power of the broken blade!" He shouts. Istival gives you a cold look, grips his sword tightly, and says, "The fiend is come." A young man steps out of thin air and stops 20 feet from Istival. It is Eldrin Hawn, the paladin's long-lost squire.
Hey, that's the guy.
Well, here we are once more, he says with a smile. And Istival is not surprised because Istival sort of like looks at him and nods, and we, people, need to roll us some initiative.
Oh, good night, Dragonspear. Alrighty, where did this guy appear? If you could take a
Oh,
moment
it's actually
before we got
Nuno
to
who's
it.
going to bed. Night, Nuno.
Nothing.
Nice, Domdor.
It's good to be back. Rolling threes.
Boom. Rolling threes.
I rolled a 7 for you last battle, so
Hey, we're oh, that was
Kept it up. Kept
I
it up.
know.
You cast a spell, buddy.
It's still going on. It's still happening.
Dude, Cade, your initiative rolls are
Okay.
They're pretty sick, yes.
So let's see. Cade's got initiative of 22.
I might go before the bad guy, maybe.
Okay. What have we got? We don't know what Istival has yet.
Did you do something different here, Arv? The fact that the music's actually coming through roll 20?
Yep, I have. I've added some a jukebox feature to it, basically.
Interesting.
And there's
That's
also battle sounds, but we haven't got into battle quite yet. But I have that too. So let's see. Okay, Samil, you got 18. It's not too loud, is it for you guys in roll 20?
No,
Is
it's
it?
fine.
Perfect.
not too bad.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all right.
It's right. I've heard better.
I realized how that sounded right when I said it.
Fing has got initiative of 2. Fing's like, what the hell?
I just got here, man.
Okay, now I got to roll for the NPCs here, so give me a second. All right.
That really sucks that Inam couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened there?
He's got something happen with his webcam again where it was freezing and unfreezing, and it was really frustrating. And
Mike was all staticky and
he
cutting
was in
out.
a really
so-
bad mood about it, and like
Yeah.
Did you
said he
tell
was-
him it was his internet?
See, that's
Someone
I'll
did.
tell you.
They-
Oh my
someone
God.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm
You-
kidding.
You're gonna take his abuse when he finds out you said it. I'm
I'm
just telling
kidding.
you right now. He was really pissed off. He's like, "Grr." So
that
yes,
sucks. All right.
salt of the salt.
Kitty.
Let's see. And then these guys.
And by the way, I don't feel like I got to say hi to anybody. Hi guys, how's it going?
Hey, it's Boom. What's up, man?
Initiative. There you go.
Hey. And I was like, roll initiative to say hello to everyone. Good to see you, Foom.
Try not to die.
Good to see you. Don't die. All right. Let's see if I can. That's what I needed. I guess that's just what I
Hey,
needed.
Foom, guess what, man?
What?
We're almost to Icewind Dale.
Shut up. No, we're not.
Yeah, this is it. This might be the last day.
It is true, actually.
We could finish.
I swear we said this like a year ago today.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Okay, maybe.
Okay, maybe. Right. Alrighty. So we've got that. Okay, so we start out with Cade.
So okay, again, I was kind of looking for where this guy ended up. He said 20 feet from Istival, but that's not a lot of space. So I kind of need to know where
Let
he
me,
is.
yeah, let me throw that guy down there.
Thank you.
I would just like to try something different. Yeah, it's all right. Nothing great. Nothing bad. I was just talking to Pickles.
Someone needs to come here and spruce this place up, man. It's a wreck. Goody. Would you settle down, please? Maybe? No? No. Fine. Be that way. Arrgh. Because I'm gonna try to put an arrow in his. Oh my god! Hey, this door.
That guy.
Door.
You guys.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's see. Where is Istival is actually standing
Of course,
here.
Broken Blade Boy ought to, take the shot there. Like, ooh, yeah, kick some butt. Yoink.
So he's
Alright.
there.
Yeah, oh,
Okay.
perfect line of sight.
There you go.
Arrow to the face is what's gonna happen.
Okay.
And that's actually pretty much what's gonna happen. Is arrow to the face.
I mean, does
So,
this guy really think he has a chance?
Apparently he does, but I don't expect him to stick around.
Okay.
He's gonna chicken out. I mean, come on, he's not that dumb.
7 on. Oh.
And a classic start to the battle. Whoosh.
Okay.
Hey, wait, I got another one. Okay, I missed.
We got another one coming.
Thankfully, no one standing behind him. So, and I didn't arrow myself.
Yeah, you point it right at your head and shoot.
Exactly.
And you still miss.
Like, that would be a good thing. All right,
Yeah, that's true.
dadgummit.
I want more. I want different music. Amy Alexander. Give me
Wow,
more
that
music
just
than
that really killed the mood there, Arv. Way to go, man. I was just getting amped up.
Oh my god, it's the same one. Wait.
There we go.
Oh my
All right,
god, I
everyone-
put the same one in there. I was like, why is it
the
the
same
exact
one.
same music? All right. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Um,
Okay, Cade, what was your second roll?
No, I only have one attack.
Oh, you only have one attack. Okay.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
gonna
not a
say,
warrior.
So you missed, as you
Yes.
might not be
Terrible.
surprised
So
to
why
hear.
I'm still a little lost. Like this fiend is who? What the hell?
Okay, so okay. Do you remember that you've had several encounters throughout the course of this campaign with creatures that were disguised or not who they appeared to be?
Right.
That was the Rakshasa. And at the beginning of the adventure last time, at the beginning of chapter 4, the dead squire, the guy you're facing, this guy's supposed to be dead. He died years and years ago when in the process of trying to seal the portal under this very castle. And so when you mentioned then this guy came to you, you guys hadn't heard that story. This guy came to you at the beginning of this chapter and said that Istival should check out Dragonspear Castle. When you went and told him that, he was like, wait, what? And then he showed you the bloody holy symbol, which is actually around Istival's neck now, of his former squire, this guy that's facing you looking perfectly hale and hearty. So put two and two together, plus the elemental keys, and so
Yep. And then we found this guy, yada yada yada, and here we are.
Yep.
And now
That's
he's
it.
got a lightsaber and
He's got a lightsaber, yeah.
is behind us. So,
And so that leads us to Smeal.
Strike! Go, son. Want some of this? Go. Yeah, starting out
Alright,
real
ooh.
well.
there you
23.
go.
All right. That's a hit.
And step over to that boy as you smite him, so I can get my bonus next round.
I hope it's a hit.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Damage. Woo! 8 testicular damage.
It never gets old.
No, it will.
Actually hit him.
How much?
Alright,
How much
so-
damage? You 8.
8, yeah.
Okay.
And swing number 2. Got the back swing now, baby. Straight up. 22.
Sweet.
Damage. Start somewhere. 5.
No, it's
Also, the other thing I wanted to ask was, you're using a regular weapon, right? A regular, not a magical one.
I mean, if you want to call my muscles regular, I mean,
Because you see that he seems to be shrugging off some of the damage that's being done. So you did sort of take some damage, but he kind of chuckles, and like the blow that you struck would have done some serious damage to a guy that looks like he does, but he's kind of like, and he says, "You think muscles compensate for brains, boy?"
I mean, if this campaign gave us any loot, Brohan, I would have gotten a +3 sword by now.
yeah.
but-
We've been very light on the magic weapons throughout this whole thing.
He
Yeah.
goes, "No loot for you." No. He didn't say that. Okay, are you moving anywhere, or are you staying where you are? Oh, by the way, you had to move up to engage him. Where were you?
Yeah,
Oh,
please.
yeah, you better bet I'm up here, face to face. Let's go.
All right. Okay, that leads us to let's see. Domdor is up next. Istival is not gone yet.
Yeah,
Or
I'll
anybody
pretty much
else,
come
for that
from,
matter.
come from the side and give him an old swing.
Punch him in the face, monkey says.
That's gone.
That's a 22.
We are
hit.
going to want to use our mages on this fight, by the way.
Well, that's true.
9 damage?
Now that Fing is running his own character, maybe at this point that means that
We need optic right now.
someone can take over either optic or solo.
Come at me, bro.
Okay, so 9 damage.
No damage. And
Okay.
swing number 2.
So same deal. You're not using anything magical, and as a consequence,
Well, I've got the Oathkeeper axe. I don't know if that means anything.
is that what you're using right now?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Oh, come on, DM.
Yep, yeah, you're right. Yes,
That's
yeah,
right.
that's correct. That's correct. Yep. So that does seem to do normal damage.
Okay.
All right, so Domdor, when you're done, toss it to me.
You just keep rotating.
So 2 sets of 9 damage.
Okay. Seems to be taking that in stride. All right. That leads us to... It was Domdor. And that leads us finally to Istival.
Let's go, son.
And Istival, with rage, strides up next to you and says, this is what you did to dishonor the memory of my squire." And he strikes forth with his sword with
That one's fun.
tremendous fury and furious anger,
That's right.
Samuel L. Jackson style.
That's right.
And
You
misses,
know my name
he
is
misses
Tempest.
horrifically. He misses
Oh, what?
horrifically. Clearly, his
You said
anger
he
has blinded
missed?
him. He misses
my-
horrifically.
Oh, jeez.
But let me tell you, he did not miss horrifically in the Bahir fight, as the other people will tell you.
No,
That's true.
So he did not
Badass.
do that, but he did miss this time. And so he finishes up with that. Now, are you guys going to play? Are you playing either Fing or Soliel? We probably should do one or the other, I assume.
I think we need.
I'm seeing if Inom wants. Just quickly.
No, so do we have a clear like answer on what this javelin was? Like javelin of electricity or some shit?
It
or-
certainly seems like it. I mean, it's charged. I mean, it feels like there's sort of a static electricity pulsating through it, and it, lightning that's sort of zapping back and forth. I mean, it certainly seems like it, the metal lines down the side, blah blah blah. So it
Okay.
certainly seems like that.
And I have this, right?
You have it.
Oh yeah.
Holding it in your hot little
I just
hand.
want to say that I am readying that up.
I assumed as much. I assumed you were like doing one of those like do not, like Super Saiyan about to go. Oh man. So glad to see some shock magic getting some love instead of always just fire, 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 fire.
I still like fire. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, I just like doing shock. I did a shock mage for Dragon Age. I just like doing shock once in a while. It's like,
How are you liking that, by the way? I don't want to derail, but how are you liking it?
it was. I finished it actually. I mean,
Oh,
I
you did?
finished. I went through the main campaign. I liked it a lot. It definitely was a little. I didn't like the MMO fetch questy part of it, but I thought there were some really, really good parts. There were a couple of quests in there were tremendous. So in general, I liked it. Yeah, I liked
Cool.
No,
it. Let's see. So, Dom, Sod, any word?
I'm
Or-
just seeing. He said he may be coming back in soon. I'll give it one last shot. I'm gonna go going for one more reset, and I'll
Okay.
join.
Well, then in the meantime, let's have somebody roll for Soliel for initiative then. We'll put him in, and we'll have him take his action, and then he can try to take over at the next point.
Okay.
Hug magic.
His initiative.
Just auto magic missile, man.
Pretty much.
Yep.
7.
Oh my god, it's exactly what we did the last time. All right, then. That's great. Let's see. Can you see his dexterity? I'm sorry, I know I should have his thing in front.
+2.
But what? Yeah, but what is his? Oh, so 9 total? No, but what is his dex overall? I mean.
Oh, 14.
Okay. All right, so he is going to go next. All right. So
he's
he
gonna
can
go?
go. So he would go next. Yes. Do you wanna just run him for a turn?
Yeah, I could run for a turn.
magic
I think.
missile?
Missile, you know.
Yeah, I'm thinking he'll
Zap.
just do a magic missile.
Okay.
Knowing him.
That may just
So,
go too slow. Yeah.
3 missiles.
Yep.
So I'll do 3d4 plus 3.
Correct.
Blech.
So 9 damage, Arv, I believe.
As the missiles hit them, they explode and apparently do nothing. And he laughs and he says, "Is that the toys they're giving humans these days?"
Wow. Okay.
Does absolutely nothing.
Have to up that.
Does absolutely nothing. Suddenly, to your horror, Darendor goes. And as you turn, you see Darendor take the blade of white flame. Just before you came on, Foom, he raised his sword, and this white flame blade sort of jumped from it. The sword was part of the ritual, I should say.
that part.
Oh, I got the part. Plunges it through his own heart and collapses on the altar. And Istival is like, Darendor! But of course, it's way too late. The
GG.
radiant blade goes out as the sword handle falls from Darendor's grasp. An instant later, the ground begins to tremble, and chunks of stone fall from the shuddering towers of Dragonspear Castle. Suddenly, the underworld belches forth a towering column of black smoke and brimstone beyond the main keep. It is followed moments later by a flurry of embers. Now it's your turn, Istival, gloats the Rakshasa. Without the priest, there's only one way to close the portal. It's called a devil's bargain. Your soul to save countless others, including theirs. And with that, he steps forward to attack.
What?
You forgot about these.
No, and Glob, I always used to love Earth magic in games, in RPGs, whatever. Until you fight stuff that flies, then it sucks.
Yep.
Where's my... I need to get my...
Okay, hang on one second here. Okay, and then as he steps forward, and looks menacingly at Samil, and then whoop, vanishes.
What?
No, I see him. He's behind the turn order.
Oh, there he goes. Oh,
Woo! He vanishes.
that sucker's
He's
flying.
not actually up there. So he vanishes. You don't actually know where he vanishes, but he vanishes. And,
Did we hear him cast anything, or was it just straight up poof?
He just straight up. He actually just literally just vanished. It looked like it might have been maybe like a teleport spell or something like that. You're not entirely clear, but he vanishes. But what you now notice is that there is a rumbling sound, and in fact,
In your pants.
apologize. Yes, a rumbling in your pants. Yes. What?
That's why I like series.
Our humor's the same.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Trying to
we
find
go.
some levity and some. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
All right. So you hear. So the castle is beginning to rumble, and over to the south, you hear the sound of calling, like "Grrr!" like some kind of a weird cry of between a vulture and something else, and you hear and then like a cackling laugh, and it seems to be getting sort of louder and louder. And
With the sound effects and the voice and everything that's going on right now, I swear to God, I'm playing a JRPG.
Super Saiyan? Yeah, exactly. And Istival says, "Damn it, he's opened the portal instead." And he says, "If I know where this is, we must get to it before all evil is loosed upon the world." And he bolts, like basically books it out of here, heading south.
What happened to, wait, what about what's his face? When he stabbed himself in the heart? What the schwanz?
Yep.
Oh, man.
So,
Just book it, man.
so you guys have got some problems. So, you guys are booking down there. Now, depending on
I'm
how you
gonna
guys want to do this, if you all want to follow him, I won't bother to make you go through the skipped initiative part. We'll skip down there. If you want to all individually do it, we'll stick with initiative. You're basically going to pick up the same initiative order when you get to wherever he's going, if that's what you want to do.
I assume we're gonna all go with him, right?
Where are we going?
So I'm trying to remember. So he grabbed a sword out of the altar.
Correct. He pulled it out of the altar.
It was a broken sword.
Right.
He stabbed himself with it.
With a white blade, right? A white blade had shot out of it, and then he, being Darendor the priest, yes, whose body is correct, whose body was still slumped over the altar, and very obviously, this is not. I mean, you got the impression from the way Istival was acting. This is not the way it was supposed to go. Like,
Yeah.
it was not
And
about.
it's almost in character too. I feel like I came in during a very like pivotal time. Like what?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
I'm following Istival.
I'm following everybody else.
So
Okay.
I'm just
that's what I can
running.
tell you.
So if you
I'm
guys
just
are
booking
doing
it.
that, then we're going to.
I'll be late. I'm just gonna quickly check his body,
Okay.
like, and then I'll catch up. Because something maybe able to somehow finish this.
Yeah, so looking over his body, you can definitely tell that he doesn't. I mean, he doesn't like wither away and become something that he wasn't. But you can definitely see the sort of stab wound through his heart. Maybe he could be raised from the dead. You're not a priest. I mean, you don't really know the way it works. But he's definitely like you'd have to have it be like a raised dead spell or something. Like, I mean, he's dead. He's not just like unconscious. And his blood is sort of over the altar. The only thing that he has on him is just this this sort of nice shield, this beautiful shield. Although it doesn't seem to be magical, but you don't really have time to really detect it.
Well, and the sword as well, the broken sword.
Correct. That's right. Of which the only thing that is left is the hilt. The blade has gone out, basically.
Who needs a blade?
What happens when I pick up the hilt?
Nothing.
There you go.
You can pick it up.
Yeah, exactly. You pick it up.
It's in your hand.
All right, so that's the most I can allow, Dom, unless we're
Yeah.
gonna stick with initiative. So you either all gotta go all down as one, or we gotta stick in the initiative order.
I'll catch up later. So you guys do like a turn or two while I'm trying to figure this out. You know what I mean?
I can't do
Assuming all
that.
this
Because
I-
like everyone started bolting, whereas I went to check him.
Right.
I mean, I'm the
know
one
what I
with
mean?
2 for initiative, so
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Actually, that's fine. You guys can get down there. Your initiative is up there, but be aware, Dom. That means that you're going to have to then get down to them, and it's going to take you however long it does on a turn to get down there. So
Yeah,
yes, I
that's
will
fine.
allow that, but I'm just
That's fine. That's what I mean. Yeah.
okay. All right. So everybody, move their characters down here, please, where you will see this rather ominous-looking hole.
We're following. Where's this?
I gotta zoom out, I guess here.
Oh, that hole. Oh, okay, yeah. Get Istival down there too, because I'm definitely following him.
Okay.
Where's the hole?
It's at the bottom of the map. Trust me, you can't miss it.
Way south.
Yeah. There you go.
Nobody made jokes. I'm proud of you guys.
Well, I'm waiting for the. I mean, I'm
I
waiting
could
for
hear
them to hit.
the collaborative. Everybody.
I was waiting for them to hit. Yeah, exactly. I was waiting for them to hit for sure. And let's see. Give me 1 second here.
Oh, they have another cage. How delightful.
Okay. Wait.
I'd have to go with really gooey glob. Like tough pizza cheese? Nah, who the hell wants that?
Okay, there we go. You guys get down there. Hold on just 1 second. And as you arrive at the pit, you see emerging from
Out of the hole.
it, out of the hole.
The gimp.
An
you see-
alien?
I was just going to say that. You see an alien, yeah. No,
Yeah, that was the other one I was gonna say. Yeah.
No, this is actually, and Istival is already sort of looking at it, his eyes wide, and he sees, he says, "Devils from the below," that he's sort of looking at. And
that's not
meanwhile,
good.
over here, let me bring this guy down. Hold on a
I
second.
thought it was a key ring.
It's Red Cloak.
Devils, you say? With all my lore, do I know what this is? What
Yes,
is it?
you can go ahead and make a lore check for me quickly. I'll allow that. So that would be, well, either divine or forbidden.
Oh my god. It's first
actually-
time looking at my character sheet again. Hold on.
I don't know if Inam is back with us, by the way, but that
I see him. Yeah, I have forbidden or religious.
either one would do, religious or
Okay.
forbidden.
Can you talk in on?
I'm here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Welcome back, man.
Success!
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
Inam hype.
Audio, it's all we need. Audio.
Inam
right?
hype.
In some semblance of a way.
So this is it's like 1d20 plus 10, right?
Yes, I believe
If you
that's
have the
correct. And Inam,
lore.
if you want to make this check, this would also be forbidden lore for you. I know you've been wanting to use it. Here's your chance. You actually do get a chance here. And did you
Intelligence
have you been catching up? Have you been hearing what
Nice.
I've been talking about? So you like know what's going on?
A little bit here and there. I've also been like wrestling all the audio gremlins.
No,
that
I
are-
got you. I appreciate it, man.
We're fighting an alien.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically. No, there's a barb devil. So what happened was the sort of the default is the guy that you rescued after the Bahir fight. You rescued this guy who was the person that had originally come to this castle, but then he said he needed to complete this ritual to seal this portal. Instead of doing that, he took he pulled this thing out of this shrine's altar and then stabbed himself through the heart with it. And the minute he did that, the portal basically opened. And while this was happening, the Istival squire down here, who you guys are guessing is the Rakshasa, showed up and basically laughed and said, now, basically taunted Istival with a soul, your soul for theirs, basically. And now you see there's creatures starting to pour out of this portal.
Okay. Do you need an intelligence or wisdom forbidden lore check?
Wisdom. No, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Intelligence, I beg your pardon.
God. Okay.
Sorry. Sorry.
Oh yeah, would mine have been wisdom? Because then slap another 5.
Yours is wisdom.
So 30.
I like that number a lot better.
Oh my god. Okay, both of you look at each other and you're like, Barb's demon. Actually, it's actually called a barb devil, sometimes known as a hamachula. That's pretty nasty. That
I would assume at this point, is it male, female?
These things.
What are its interests?
You're exactly, yeah. All the sort of. All of a sudden, you feel like what's his name, David Attenborough. You're like, I'm standing in a pile of demon guano, like it's some like National Geographic thing.
See, high five. This is what happens when you partake in the druidic herbs.
Yeah, exactly. But you know that it is a big problem for you guys to have to deal with it. And the bigger problem, of course, is that the portal remains open at the moment. And you have this issue about what am I going to do to actually close it.
Do we know anything about weak points, what its attacks are going to be, what to
Yes.
look for, anything
You
like
think
that?
so? Yes, and I will tell you that in just a moment.
It's going to F you up.
Let's see. Let me remove Darendorf from the initiative order. Don't think we'll be needing him any moment anymore.
Indeed.
Okay. Gonna make sure that I have him listed.
Yeah, and we'll see you here in about 30 minutes, Sod. Good job.
It's not that far.
He's like, I'm coming.
Dude, you're a dwarf. I mean, come on. You and the halfling. It was like,
Might
trust
be
the
faster
legs.
to roll over here.
Yeah, Kalab is like, take everything you can carry and run, Sod. Trip Inno's character on the way out to distract you. So yes, in answer to your question, yes, you do know that the Barb Devil is immune to fire and poison. You definitely know that.
Fantastic.
You know that the Barb Devil can communicate with creatures within 100 feet of it. You know that it's never surprised. You know that it makes 2 claw attacks and a tail attack.
Oh God.
And you know that occasionally it can shoot fire at you.
Like
Also,
in
occasionally
succession?
it also
two
summons
in-
others.
Oh my gosh. All right.
No, not homunculus dragon, but I know what you mean. Yeah.
And what was the 100 feet thing again?
It can communicate telepathically, especially with other evil creatures.
Ah, that's fantastic. Okay.
It also likes long walks on the beach and pina coladas. So
My
that's there. Okay. He was added to initiative to literally sacrifice himself. That's exactly right, Knight. Okay, so that brings us back up to the top. We're keeping the same initiative order. So
we're
Cade,
still on the same initiative?
You're on the same initiative, yeah.
Okay.
So Cade, we're gonna start with you here. Now, the only thing you don't know is you don't know what the new creature, is at initiative-wise, but you'll see in a minute.
Yeah, well, let's try to put an arrow in its face, and then I'm sure I'll find out. 16?
16 is a hit.
Oh, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna assume that people aren't close enough to it, so I'll just do regular damage. And that's a big fat d6 plus 4. I think. I hope. Oh, nice. 8 points O damage.
Okay.
Good.
First
and
blood,
let's
I
see.
think.
Yes, and it does seem to take damage without, like, no magical requirements.
Yay!
It looks at you angrily,
Of course.
points at you, points back at it. No, it doesn't. I'm just kidding.
It's tail.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Samil, you were up next.
Sweet. Swinging.
Okay.
Get in there, boy.
Go time. Ooh, baby. 14?
Stop time. No, let's see. That actually hits.
Ah,
Dude, this game
excellent.
sucks. Wow. Here we go.
Yeah, it's the 12 brothers he has that's going to be the problem.
And you see, by the way, that
Nice.
its hands are filled with these horned barbs off of its, hence the name Barbed Devil. So it doesn't have any weapons. It's just attacking you straight up.
14.
14 more testicular damage. Okay.
It's gonna devil slap you until your like face falls off.
All right, swing number 2.
Right? Jeez, these are just like killers.
Oh, I'm sorry. It is resistant to non-magical. I
Whoa.
beg your pardon. So it does do damage, but less
Not as much
than you would have expected. Yes.
Crud.
Let me know when you're done with
There's
that.
the
go
herbs
ahead.
again. Like,
You're all-
you know,
you're all
how come we didn't remember this?
I know. We're like, damn it, we forgot. He's
Damn
and
it.
one more thing.
I knew there was something.
And it's going to be another 14, so 2 14s for
Okay.
damage.
So again, not as much as you would have hoped. Okay.
Keep hitting them.
Domdor, you hear the sounds of battle.
Yeah, Is there any
It's,
change? Has there been any change in that turn since? Like, is there any magical
Not-
circles? Or
No,
anything?
no, there does not appear to be. The castle's still rumbling. He's still dead. Nothing else is appearing near the altar.
We need your magical hammer, sir.
I'm trying to decide if I should take his body with
Do
me,
it.
or I'm gonna.
I love the image of you actually yelling that. Guys, should I take his body? You're like, a little busy.
So yeah, I'm gonna actually carry him and the sword and the shield and bring it with
Now
me.
hold on a second. If you're gonna carry, I know you're strong, but
just-
if you're gonna carry him, a sword
I'm
and
coming,
shield,
guys. Like,
you're,
guy over his
you're not
shoulder.
gonna be able to move at full speed when you're doing that.
I
Especially.
know, but I'm spending all my movement. You know. to
Okay,
move
so you're
into
basically
fight. You know
hustling,
what I mean?
essentially. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and position where your guy is. That's fine.
So I'd say about 25 feet because
Okay.
that's half.
Okay.
2 halves.
Yep.
Give me that.
So I'm about
All right.
there.
And then I'll move him next to you.
Man,
Okay.
Wow.
it's going to take a while.
Dedication. In 3 rounds, we all die.
Once you get there, you're like, guys, I got it. Okay.
We're all
Let's
like
see.
decorating the wall.
I'm just calculating. Yeah, about 3.
Another 2 turns to
Oh,
go.
man, you got like you got a little compass going on there.
Damn it. That's not
Or
what
those
to do.
things,
Oh, that works. Just send him
And
away.
he just vanishes for no reason. No, that's not what I meant.
And I
to
want to
do.
keep an eye on any kind of reaction from the sword, the broken sword, or the shield, or even him. Like, is there any? If I get closer to whatever.
So far does not seem to be reacting to anything. No, not so far. Okay.
Okay, and real quick, just before it's my turn, I always botch this, but when I roll, it'd be like D20, and it's my +5 to hit with whatever weapon,
Right.
and then add the attack bonus as well, or no? Yes.
Well, the plus
Or is
5.
that-
You
is
mean the
the
plus
attack
5 to
bonus
hit?
damage?
Well, the attack bonus normally calculates what you would have with the weapon also. Now, I don't know if because plus
so the
5 is
plus-
pretty
and
large.
That's what I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
plus 5 is pretty large by
The
itself.
+5
so
already has that calculated. in
I
there.
would think so. Plus 5 is pretty large for its like
Yeah,
if it were just by itself. So
Okay.
For a cleric. Yeah.
yeah,
so-
for cleric exactly.
Okay.
So all right. So now the creature crawls out of the pit all the way, and so it does that, and it turns towards the peck-wielding one, and
Thank God.
stares at him. And it actually makes and it sort of calls out, and it makes this horrible, and it does that, like, just keeps going, yeah.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
And does exactly like that, and you hear a rumbling.
Exactly.
You hear a rumbling from down below in the pit, and then he takes 2 claws and swings them at you, and swings his tail at you at the same time, Samil.
Oh, me?
So-
Oh, I got no problem with that.
That new armor is gonna, help you out, bud.
Right.
So we got a 23 with the first claw. We've got a 13 with the second, and he criticals you on the tail. But he got a
What is
23 on the
this?
claw, which I assume is a hit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ow.
Let's see. So, all right, that's going to be that you take 9 points of damage, and I need you to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh God.
That does not bode well.
I don't worry, guys. I got this. 9.
Could you repeat that noise? 9. You are like, oh my God, that is the worst, and you turn tail and try to run. As
Crap.
you do so, his tail criticals you in the back, as I previously had
In the
mentioned.
butt. In the butt.
Basically,
That's
Criticals
more or
you in
less,
the
more or
ass.
less the case. Yes. And you take 15 points of damage from that
Ooh.
hit.
So total, what is that? 9 and 15?
So 24 damage. Yep.
Psh, man, come on. Pocket change.
Does that leave you at 20? By the way, do I have that right?
What?
How many hit points does that leave you with?
40.
That leaves you with 40. Okay.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm sorry I didn't do this before. Could everyone quickly give me an updated total? Domdor, what are you at hit point wise?
Domdor.
Tom? Hello?
Sorry, I'm at 92. I'm at full.
Okay.
I
92.
apparently muted myself somehow.
Fing, what are you at? hit point
Should
wise?
mine be at 59? Should I have more than that? But 59.
59 is
No,
pretty good for a cleric,
59's
I think.
pretty-
Is
All
that
right,
is that
solid.
okay?
Soliel, what are you at?
58.
Dom, should I be at 94?
Wait, the wizard has
You should
one
be at the
less
same.
hit point?
You should be a bit less than me.
My max is 74, it says.
That makes
What?
sense.
That's about right. Yeah.
That sounds about
Is
right
it?
to me.
Okay.
Is
Because
59
I
right for a
can
cleric?
get bonus health per level.
59 would I would think that would be
At
close.
level 8.
Yeah, I would. I mean, well,
Hold on.
I would look it up because
look it up.
I need to look it up, too.
While you're looking it up, Cade.
I'm
what
just
are you
saying if Inam has 59 or 58. I mean, I guess I don't know. Maybe it's just high.
Let me get it up.
I have 45 out of 50.
I do cardio in the morning. It happens.
What level are we?
It's
What
not.
level are we
It's
again? Eight?
Foom,
Level 8. Yeah.
It's because you skipped leg day, and that's your fault.
You have
so-
59. Foom.
Yeah, is that right? Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
What is
Like I said,
mine, Dom?
cleric, I guess is just high armor,
76, Samil.
low
Okay,
hit.
all right, that's right. Okay.
Okay. So let's see. So it did that, and then it kind of laughs at you, and it does look a little bit like sort of like the alien creature. I mean, it's not doesn't have the same quite skull structure, but it kind of looks like it a little bit, right down to the barbed tail and everything. And then Istival strides forward, and Istival grabs his holy symbol, and he
There you
says,
go, cowboy.
and he says to you, "There's only 2 ways to do this, my friends. The time has come. A soul for many souls. It's the only thing to be done." And as he looks down, you realize that what he is contemplating is clearly he's getting ready to jump in himself into the portal. Now, he sort of, he does that, and he grabs his holy symbol. Now, Fing, I need you, and I need, Soliel. I need both of you to make perception checks. Samil, in your case, you'll be adding, actually, both of you will be doing wisdom, as he grips the symbol and says this.
Yeah, right.
And by the way, as he does that, he says, "I swear on my eternal soul, we will see this through, Amantor. Light my path," he says.
I done got dumb.
You're like, I think he's, is that our, I think is that Paladin? I think I know him.
That's how awesome.
So Leel's mighty shoulders, is that correct?
So that's just a basic wisdom check, right?
Yes.
Salil's gonna bring this one home, baby.
Oh my god.
Wow.
What?
That's pretty bad.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a
Bad
point.
combination. And also, I'm sorry, and Domdor too. Basically, the two warriors and the two.
I'm not nearby though.
No love for the rogue. No love for the rogue.
No,
I
not
see
the
what's
rogue
going
in this
on here.
case.
Yeah. I know.
Oh, that's right. You're not nearby. That's right, Domdor. You're not.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys just see him sort of, radiantly looking, and he looks like he's getting ready to possibly jump into the portal. He hasn't done it yet, but he's looking like he's getting ready to. And as he does that, even without that, you sort of see the Rakshasa cackling in delight as he looks over the portal. His eyes, the fiery eyes of whatever the disguised creature is, sort of shining, reflected in the green flame pouring out of the pit.
That's pretty.
Okay, that leads us to let's see, Solil. I think basically, if you'll pardon the language, there's a lot of shit going on right now.
There's a lot of shit going on. Yeah. trying to prioritize shit fixing.
What's up, Shattermage? This is the final chapter. The final chapter. Ba-da-ba-ba, psh. Eric's like, don't do it, brah.
How big would you say that giant little portal in the center there is? Like, how much area is between the two enemies we're facing right now?
Let's see. It is probably a good 30 by 30. Actually, wait a minute. I'll tell you exactly how big it is because it describes
Now
it.
let's go with a smaller number. I like smaller numbers.
It's actually, it looks like about 30 feet wide, and it looks like many feet deep. I mean, like, because all you see is flame erupting from its center, like below it. So you don't know. You have a guess. If it is connected to where they think it is, there's pretty much no bottom to this. You guys know where you end up if you go down there, basically.
Yep. Fantastic. Okay.
Push him in.
just kick him. Just kick him.
Istival says, "Help me reach the portal. I will put an end to this."
What? Jump with you? What?
No, sort of like he's saying, the time has come. He's actually, he's here, like he's standing on the edge, but there's also the barbed devil right there. So
Well,
I need a dexterity saving throw from the barbed devil. I'm hitting it with an ice storm.
gotcha.
I've been
An
wanting
ice
to try
storm?
this. Yes.
you're just
How
like
big is it?
localized
Maybe
ice
up-
storm. Blam.
Maybe
All right.
gotta like reach.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
why I was asking. It has
Did you see a dex check?
20-foot radius, so it should be able. It should. Yeah, actually, you know what? I should be able to hit both of them. It's a radius. I forgot that's not a diameter. I should be able to hit both of them if I just like center this shit.
Both of what? The pit, the Rakshasa and him?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. How big is the radius of this thing, though? Like
20 foot.
Oh.
5, 10.
Is it my?
Yeah,
You said
40
30.
foot diameter. 40-foot diameter.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, I guess you could probably get both of them. However, what was the DC you said on the difficulty?
It's a dexterity. Let me look it up.
That's how it's 40 foot in silly.
17.
Okay. Difficulty 17. Okay, so the barbed devil fails it, and
Yeah, fuck
the
that
Rakshasa
barbed devil.
fails it badly. Okay.
Yes.
All right, they're both hit.
Are they
Okay.
slippery?
No, I don't have macros for this, so I have to do this like old school. Hold on.
Hope I.
You also remember, by the way, that the devil is resistant to cold. Basically, it's resistant to just about everything except magical weapons. Resistant doesn't mean immune, but it just means that he'll take less damage.
That's okay. It's about to take 2d8 bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and then I'll hit the cold after that.
Oh, okay. The bludgeoning damage is first.
Yeah.
So first he gets hit by rocks. Ow, 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 and then he gets frozen.
And then it's a little cool.
The draft.
It's like drinking just straight whiskey.
There's
Just
the
like poof.
bludgeoning damage, and then this will be because it's separate, like entire dice and everything. That's why I'm doing it like this.
Vodka straight from the heartland. All right.
And 46 cold. Well, those were interesting. Okay, that's what they take. Or do you want me to do it for individual? I can do bludgeoning for both of them, and then
Seems like isn't it an area effect spell anyways?
yeah, it's an area effect.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
we can just
what
apply
do you
both of them.
think?
It's up to you.
Yeah, exactly. Just to kind of keep it moving.
That's kind of your call.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What did you want to know from me? What was that? Sorry.
Do you apply the rolls to both of them, or do I have to roll individual damage for them? Even like it's an area of effect thing.
If
so.
it's an area of effect spell, normally what happens is you roll to hit each, and then their damage is applied equally to both. So you roll to hit each one separately, and then they are, or whatever it is, like they are. So
They both failed their saves. So
Yeah,
they're both
they
taking
both-
if they
damage.
both
fail
fail,
the
then they're
same,
both
that's the
hit by one uniform damage. Then
Okay.
And that's the damage. The first set is the
leaving
bludgeoning,
aside their own
so it's
resistance.
5,
Okay.
and 11 is the cold.
Okay, so 5 and 11. All right. Okay. So it seems to take that more or less in stride. And once again, what level, by the way, is that ice storm spell?
4th.
Yeah. So Nadir sort of, you see him, the Rakshasa, sort of again laughs as you see the ice envelop him. And then as it fades away, you see that apparently nothing has happened to him at all. He's just like, really? Did they let you out of playing with your snow globes out of the nursery?
Don't you judge me. Until the end of my next turn, that whole area that I covered is difficult terrain. That's it.
Okay. Most of that difficult terrain, unfortunately, is in the pit, but I know what you mean.
Yes.
Like
The edge is very slippery.
I would
right
also
now.
add that it's very difficult if you go in the pit. Let me just say that in general.
The whole way down is rather
it's really,
difficult
really
right
difficult.
The
Yes, you'll fall to your doom.
It's now really difficult.
It's really difficult.
But it's really difficult.
Right,
I'm
exactly.
helping.
Okay, Fing. Oh, and are you moving in them, or are you staying where you are, Solo?
Oh wait, I can do both.
We're gonna take a little bit of a step back here.
Okay. That leads us to Fing. Fing, as I mentioned before, a lot of stuff going on.
All right, get ready, guys. So
And I've added a snowstorm.
I'm gonna slowly put my javelin away. I'm gonna grab my shield with both hands, plant my feet, and make a mad dash in an attempt to knock Istival into the pit.
Into the pit.
Into the pit.
Okay.
What?
Well, Isabel's gonna jump in, so apparently Fing's gonna help him.
I
My
feel
shield
like this is a battle that is not going to be easily won. Let's just it has to end.
So you're gonna end it this way.
I'm going to end it this
Let me
way.
just double check on alignments here. So your alignment.
It's for the good though. It's not because I want to murder him. It's because what I think he's going to do is probably right.
Okay.
Hey,
All right.
So tough.
I don't feel. I'm trying to not to respond.
At least
out
allow me to
loud.
have a little fun
Why?
doing it. What? What do you guys have? This has to be in like a split second. What do you guys?
No, go. Just do it. That's fine.
Yeah, go ahead and make
I
that
would
roll.
not- Even for you, I still would not expect that, so it's fine.
Yeah,
It's
now,
all good.
now one thing to keep in mind is that as you're running at him, you do have a barbed devil in your face.
Was anyone else expecting whenever he was starting that whole sentence that he was going to be bum rushing the
No.
No,
I
I wasn't sure what he was
I
going
thought
to
for
do.
sure he was going to try and knock the barb devil in the pit.
I thought he might throw like the shield in the pit, or maybe like eat an apple or something. I wasn't sure.
Hey, Fing, one thing I'll say is, like, he might need to, like, prep his holy symbol as he jumps in, so if you hit him in, it might disrupt what he's trying to do with his holy symbol.
Well, there is that.
So it might not
Which
be
is a cleric, you would know. That's true. That's
Yeah,
not-
would I know this?
Well, actually, as you look at him, make another perception check for me as this is said to you and you think about it.
With
Thank
what?
God,
With wisdom.
sir.
Wisdom. Please make it this time.
And actually, you can add. I'm going to give you a religious lore on this because this is something you would know from this precise thing.
So plus 15.
Listen to you.
Yes.
By all that is holy, please figure this
Well,
out.
this is not me just trying to give it to you. It's because this is a religious question.
No,
so-
and this is what I love. I'm not trying to just pull a dick move. I think he's doing the right thing. I don't know if this is something we can win. Everything's bouncing off everybody, and it's not looking real great. So,
Yeah.
Right.
but yeah, that is a good point. If he has to do something first, and I just end up murdering him, that's not what I'm trying to do.
Hi, Al.
Right.
Yeah,
Or if you do
exactly.
it too early, and it's there
Well,
you
yeah, the fact that my strongest spell did just nothing to the Rakshasa is an issue.
Yes. Okay. So you make that, and what happens is you see as you're sort of preparing for this, and they mentioned the thing about the holy symbol. You see his holy symbol glowing this bright white, and it occurs to you that the holy symbol, remember, did not belong to Istival. The holy symbol belonged to Eldrin Hahn, the
Squire.
squire.
Jedi.
Correct.
Good night, Don Cairo. Cairo.
Hey, what's
Wait.
up, Cairo?
Hello.
So, in other words, you see the holy symbol glowing, but again, I emphasize it was not Istival's holy symbol. It was Eldrin Hahn's holy symbol that is glowing.
Now you got to use that natural wisdom over there to try to figure that one out.
Yep.
Guys.
No.
This isn't parliamentary debate, bud.
So I mean, basically, you know, as you're looking at it and thinking about it, what you have to think about what in your mind what sort of invests things with power and what is responsible for, in the world of religious lore, why things are invested with religious power. Because technically, that most paladins, like, in other words, if it's his holy symbol that's glowing, that means he's preparing his own sacrifice. But this is not his holy symbol that's glowing, so it shouldn't be able to do what it's doing.
So who?
I would recommend telling the paladin that.
What's
Yeah.
up, Dohan?
So what do you want to? You can yell at him and recommend that he do something as well. I mean, so you can yell at him too.